doing?
Hi, everyone. I think I'm live. I think we're ready to go and play some
Hello,
Long
yeah.
Gone Days. You are now here with 100% of the Long Gone Days speedrunning community. It is I, moonblazewolf. You can call me Blaze, and I have a wonderful commentator with me as well.
Yeah, I'm Frodo. I haven't ran this game for nearly a year, but I've been kind of busy. But yeah, I'm here to help out with commentary.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And this is an indie RPG. It came out last year. I definitely know there were people talking about it that like RPGs, but I just don't know if a lot of people have either played this game and certainly not speedrun it. So there's not any glitches or anything in this game. We're just going to be optimizing and going as quickly through things as we are able to do. It's a nice cozy run. There's a lot to talk about. I think we'll go ahead and have plenty of time to talk about it as we get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started here when I hit new game. So I'll give a countdown and we'll get going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. So this is Long Gone Days. It is a pixel art RPG. It is set in the modern day, has a lot of modern themes, modern topics. It has guns for combat, so everything in this game is very modern. It's the story, the characters, the world, is basically our world. Although the country that our main character is from is made up. It is called the Core. And the Core is essentially a military society that is almost like an army for hire. The way I like to think about them is if you had like a supervillain in a James Bond movie, they would probably hire the Core to do their dirty work.
Yeah, also, this game is starting in medias res, so we're actually not starting at the start, we're starting at some point in the game.
Yes. Yeah, we are starting a little further in. And we're also starting with a sequence that is kind of interesting. Like, you jump into this at the beginning of the game, you're like, oh, this is different. And then you don't really do this that much over the course of the game, but I'm going to do a little sniper sequence here once I get control. And I have to shoot these 4 drones. And then this one's always, like, hiding.
Yeah, it's hiding behind, like, the lamppost, yeah.
I just made him move. I was hoping to hit him. Oh, gosh, where did he go? That is different. There. Oh my gosh, he is booking it.
I'm usually really bad at sniping sections. I don't know why. It's just like this particular sniping section.
That one is actually the worst. So
yeah, it is actually the worst in the game.
Yep. They're always in the same general spots. I don't know why I went over there.
Yeah, I think one's up.
He's up here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Likes to hide behind that wall. So. Okay, but yeah, that is a sniper sequence. We'll do a little bit more of that in just a few minutes, and then we will not do any other sniping until the very end of the run. So there you go. The rest of the combat is a much more traditional turn-based system. It has a body targeting mechanic that we're not going to really use in this first fight because we have access to skills, and we're just going to use skills, and then our SP is going to get refilled after this. So. But we'll have a little bit of time to talk about the combat system and kind of the body targeting system. I don't know if that's something you want to talk about, Frodo.
We can talk about it now, but well, it's hard to talk about now because we're not showing it off quite yet. But if you aim for like a body part, like say the arm or the actual torso, it will be more accurate. But if you aim for the head, it's harder to hit the head, so you may miss it, but you do more damage. But skills are just 100% accurate.
Yep.
Which is why we use skills, and they tend to do more damage.
Yep. It's also, you have to be very much, you kind of have to budget your skills very particularly in this game because sometimes it's hard to get your SP back. It only gets back at certain parts in the story. And then there's also, you'll see when we get into some of the kind of, I wouldn't call them random encounters, but like the planned battles during the game. You're usually presented afterwards with 2 choices after you complete the battle. One of them is SP, and then the other one is usually like items that you might want. And a lot of times we actually do want the items, so we have to be kind of like picky about when we take SP
Yeah.
refill versus
Yeah.
maybe like a really good healing item or something that we want to have. So
Yeah, I think often like when I started like routing this game, I went for like I didn't go for the SP path. I just went for the items just in case. But I think this is more like route to get more SP at the moment.
a little bit more, yeah. Skills are very powerful, especially later on when
Yeah.
you can get like AoEs and stuff. So we're gonna have a little bit of RNG here. This is the training room. Now we're kind of back to the very beginning of the story. So this is before Rourke goes on his mission. And we're learning about the body targeting system, we're learning about skills, and then we're going to learn about offensive items. Now, what happened on that first turn is I wasn't actually locked into just doing like a basic attack, so I actually used skills twice. And now, if I get high enough damage rolls, I'm going to use this grenade item, and it should maybe kill both of the dummies. We'll see.
It should beat them both, yeah, if you get
Oh,
high enough damage rolls. But that's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice RNG if you can get both of them to go down to the grenade, but I would say it's fairly uncommon, so. But all right, so we're done with that. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to get an intro to the game's morale system. I still don't have a great explanation for how morale works exactly, so I don't know if you want to take a stab at it.
Morale just is basically makes you stronger throughout the game if you get more morale, and or makes you weaker if you get less morale. Morale also gives you either more access to quests, whether it's positive or negative, although you rather would be positive as you want to get all the buffs that is associated with higher morale.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's why it's a pretty big incentive to try to pick the choices that give you more morale as you actually get stronger.
Yeah, and
on top of like beating bosses and all that stuff where you get more skills.
Yeah, and there's a couple different points in which you get morale. Like this is a really good example here. I'm going to get 3 dialogue options. If I choose 1 or 2, I will not get a morale, but if I choose option 3, I do get a morale. So the game really does care about your dialogue choices and as well as like side quests and things that you do. So
yeah, the creator of the game and Camilla, I feel so bad for forgetting her last name, but she also did the artwork as well. She was really inspired by the S&T series with these choices, so having like positive and negative effects.
Yeah.
So it's very much throughout the game that she's been inspired by that game series.
Yeah, and you can definitely lose morale as well, depending on what you choose. And there's actually at least one quest that has a minimum like morale threshold, so you actually will not get it unless you have low morale. So just some interesting stuff that way. I also feel like SMT is like a really big influence on this game, obviously, but I do feel like there is some Earthbound in this game as well, especially when you see some of the characters and their design, and there's little Easter eggs, I think, here and there that also to me kind of point to, this game they definitely were thinking about Earthbound, in the sense that it also involves young people in the modern world, or a modern world, so.
Right, yeah.
So this is Father General. He is kind of the leader of the Corps, and he is sending us off on our merry way here. This is Rourke's first ever deployment. They're on some sort of like underground train, but basically what you need to know about Rourke is Rourke has never left that compound that they were just in his entire life. So he is going to be a little bit of a fish out of water here.
Yeah, he's also was asked to, because he was like one of the only other snipers. Snipers kind of like not a particularly, it's like, how can I describe it? It's like not many people have that job in the Corps. So
yeah, he's like a specialist.
To replace, he was selected to replace a pretty big character in the game.
There's for story reasons that we'll get into later. But yeah, so first mission, he's very like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go, serve the mission of the Corps and do them all proud, and Yeah, a little bit of a reality check coming here. This is not your typical military operation, as we'll see in a minute here.
Yeah, I also do like these cutscenes as well. On top of that, like some of these like non-pixel art cutscenes that are just like drawn. They're very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, this game is really beautiful. The music is also wonderful. It has some really interesting, very different music. Not the kind of stuff you're maybe typically used to hearing in a RPG. So it's definitely got a style that it goes for and it nails, in my opinion. So. All right, so we are rolling out here. We're going to have another sniper sequence. Second one, we are communicating with Brana, who is another one of the Ravens, is what kind of like the elite squadron, the leaders of the military group are called. So she's kind of like the intel person, so she is getting me all set up to do my sniping here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Can't really see what we're shooting, but I'm sure it's just some soldiers.
And that item you see on the left is like a chest that sometimes like we'll pick up and sometimes we'll ignore, depending on if it's useful for the run.
Yeah. I will get some chests for very specific reasons, and then there are some pretty strong items in this game, especially later on, so we don't really buy anything. This game doesn't really have like a shop system or anything like that, so anything that I need or want, I'm gonna have to get out of a chest. All right, so we are reporting in. I'm going to do a couple more side quests in this area. One interesting thing about how I think Frodo and I both like currently route the game is we're pretty quest heavy at the beginning, because that sort of boosts your morale and gives you kind of like a nice floor to work off of. And then as the game goes along, you don't really have to worry as much about doing side quests and stuff like that. It also just sort of helps that, especially early on, a lot of the side quests are, they're pretty short and straightforward, and also they actually give you items that are useful. Especially early on in the game, you're pretty, like, item light. So even just having a couple extra curing items or SP refills, stuff like that, really does kind of go a long way.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do this quest. I think I like actually skip all the quests here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, let's just go to the next part of the game, which can be pretty full on.
Yeah. We don't know what's best. Again, if you want to join us in running this game, like, we've both taken stabs at routing it. I don't want to say that we've totally mastered it or figured it out or anything at this
definitely
point,
not.
but there's potentially plenty of room for optimization and things like that. It also doesn't help that I believe, I mean, I run the game on PS5. I believe do you still run the game on Switch, or when you ran it?
I haven't ran the game on another console yet, so yeah, my first initial thing was on Switch. So the game has crashed before this cutscene here, so that's also another Switch problem as we get into this yeah.
This scene right here. So
Mm-hmm.
that is not an enemy soldier. That is just a kid. So we're suddenly just very unclear what is going on in this village.
Well, just in this operation.
Yeah.
As
like, what did I just get asked to do?
Out.
Yeah. So kind of in trouble because I didn't follow orders. I can't run right now, by the way. This is deliberate slow walking, so.
Yeah, Rourke is, I think, even traumatized by, what just happened.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go report in, try to keep soldiering on, right? That's where that term comes from, I would assume. So
Yeah.
Not successful, but trying. But we're gonna kind of wake up the next morning, and the medic, our friend medic, Adair, who we met in the showers briefly, and on the train, is gonna kind of fill us in on what's going on here. So
Yeah, we're just gonna have a little talk with him. We could find out more things about the operation in general, but we're just gonna skip that entirely
yeah,
because that just wastes time. But we found out that this operation is not for good at all, and we want to get out. And yeah,
yeah. Basically, Adair is telling you right now, like, oh, they didn't tell you, did they? We're doing what's called a false flag, and this is to kind of like start a war. Like, we're pretending to be Polish soldiers, and we're instigating a war with Russia, basically. I mean, I don't know if they say Russia, but it's basically Russia.
yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. So we obviously want to get out. Yeah.
Yep. Rourke agrees. Rourke is like, this is pretty messed up. I don't want any part of this. I'm out. Unfortunately, you can't just desert. You know, you can't just abandon your post. So we're gonna need some help with that, and Adair is going to help us. He says, "Hey, you know, I'm not going to help you run away, but I will make sure you get transferred to a field hospital. Just pretend you have tinnitus for the next few minutes." So it is time to act. We're going to do some acting here.
Yeah, I believe one of the choices gives you extra morale.
Yep. Yeah. If you successfully pretend that you can't hear what your commanding officer is saying, you get morale. Otherwise, you don't. All right, so we're gonna do one last little side quest here, and then we're gonna get out of this area. The soldier's hungry. We're gonna give her a snack. Actually, we're gonna give her 2 snacks. All right, so now we've got a little intermission scene here where Brana was watching while Adair kind of schemed up with us that we'll run away or whatever. I mean, he's taking me to a hospital, or at least he thinks he does, but that's not really what's going to happen, so.
Sorry, I'm back. I just had to take an important call. Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah.
I do not think I will get any important calls. It is quite late where I am, although I'm very happy to show this game off. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but this is I'm pretty sure the first time this has been in a marathon. I don't know if you ran this when I wasn't looking, but I haven't ran this in a marathon before, a marathon. So yeah. But when I was getting ready to submit to this event, you know, I was like, oh, this is a great questing for glory game, because this is going to be one of those like deep cuts. And, you know, I think there are probably people that, again, maybe have heard of this game, maybe even played it a little bit, but almost certainly haven't seen a speedrun of it. And it's the kind of thing I really like to be able to bring to people. So
yeah,
go ahead.
I've tried throwing this into other marathons, but it hasn't been accepted. So I have like other games that got accepted over this. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yep, it's tough these days. There's a lot of RPGs out there right now, so.
Oh yeah, the good ones, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and we did mention earlier. So I'm playing on PS5. This game is available on Switch. It is available on PC. The only thing I would say about playing it on PC is
Play with a controller.
If you try to play it on desktop, I'm pretty sure you still can't play it with a controller. Although if you have a Steam Deck, it works great on Steam Deck. I originally just played this game on Steam Deck.
Yeah,
so.
I just plugged in the controller and it worked.
Oh, okay. Maybe they fixed that since I was playing it. But when I first played this on Steam, it didn't have controller support, which was really strange.
Oh, interesting.
So. All right, so we're gonna get our kind of like first real fight of the game here with this gun drone. So there's a couple things going on here. So first of all, just kind of that idea of rationing my SP, because I am gonna pick SP at the end of this fight to refill. So that means I can use one of Rourke's abilities. Also, I have to kind of choose with this whether I want to attack the main part or attack the kind of the turrets. So what I generally do is the first turn with Adair, I try to paralyze it just because if that procs, then that makes everything a lot easier. But after that, I'm just going to go for the big damage. So. And hopefully not miss.
Yeah, because I don't think you can. I don't think you can kill it in like in what you call it with Adair's like first hit on top of Rourke hitting everything. So.
Yeah, it's gonna take 4 hits regardless, so you might as well try to paralyze it and speed the fight up a little bit. Although I forgot to use the ability, I just realized, but that's okay. I was talking.
It worked out.
Yep, didn't miss. So. All right, so Adair is not really thrilled that he is sort of being implicated along with me, so he just wants to go back. Fortunately, we can't go back.
Yeah, we've already been pursued. I believe Brana kind of like ratted us out.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And we get like a morale down here, which reduces our, which is basically like a debuff, which is not good for the next part of the game. Although you usually collect more morale than me, so maybe it goes better. I remember almost dying at the end of this part.
This part can be rough. Yeah, I do think the first couple fights are, especially the boss fight in this area, and like even this fight here, you have to be a little conservative, otherwise you can just die. And I believe deaths also, you lose morale to deaths, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Right, I actually haven't died yet, so I haven't really tested that out. So
nice.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. I don't know how I haven't died during any sort of testing, but yeah, that's
yeah. Well, I don't want to find out, so.
Yeah, not in this run.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I'm okay for now. It's got my first miss though. That's okay.
Yeah. They typically happen. It's I think I don't know the exact percentages of like hitting and missing, but in this game, but especially on the part that's like weak. But,
yeah.
But yeah, you can also miss body parts too, but it's less likely to happen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna heal this turn, keep playing it safe. So it's also a little weird. You can't use your skills outside of battle. So if I end up having to heal outside of battle, I'm gonna have to use items, which I don't really want to do at this point. So.
Especially because we don't have a lot of items at the start of the game.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I don't really have that stockpile yet. Alright, that should do it. Nice.
Yeah, and Adair's not happy with Rourke at the moment.
Nope.
Because he's been implicated.
Yep. Alright, another little morale boost there, and I get another pretty good healing item that I will just kind of have in my back pocket for the rest of the run, so.
Yeah, it's nice to have it there. I think it heals like 120 HP.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, it's a lot.
First rock pushing puzzle.
Yeah, so Adair is there just in case you softlock yourself somehow with the puzzle. So that's why, yeah, you end up talking. That's why he's just there. If you softlock yourself, you just talk to him.
Yeah.
And he fixes it.
This is kind of like our first. I wouldn't say it's like a boss fight, but it's kind of like a difficult encounter.
Yeah.
The thing about this fight that can be tricky is there is a medic in this fight, and the medic will start healing potentially on turn 2 if you don't take him out right away. So the first thing...
So we just aim for the medic.
Yeah, we're going to just make sure we take the medic out in the first 2 turns if possible, so...
Yeah, a bit worried about Adair.
Yeah, I have to choose here. I'm gonna trust that he won't solo. They won't both attack Adair because he might be in trouble if they do. Okay, should be okay now.
Yeah, if they both attacked him, Adair probably would have died.
Yeah.
Or need revived. Yeah.
That was a calculated risk.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Rogue generally is all around a pretty solid guy with his stats, all things considered. I think he might be a little bit slow.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Oh, that's so close.
Be okay. Definitely not gonna miss that body shot. No way. That would never happen. That does happen.
It does happen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's always pretty sad when you miss a body shot. At least with like a headshot,
Yeah.
that's a bit understandable. But
Yeah.
body shots is just like, oh, that feels so awful.
Yeah. I meant to do a headshot there. That's fine.
Adair might be able to get him.
Excuse me, Your Honor. There's okay. I see it. I see one little flicker of HP there.
You're on like a pixel of HP.
Yep. It does that
So
sometimes.
usually usually after these boss fights, you tend to learn new skills. So I think Adair learns. Oh, is it Rock? Oh, Adair. Yeah. Okay, both learn something.
Yeah, they both learn some new skills there. Adair learns like a status heal, and Rourke learns another attack ability that we don't really use. He learns an ability called Breathing Technique, which is an attack buff that I might use once or twice, but it also generally doesn't get used, so...
I tend to use Breathing Technique on the first major boss, which...
Yeah, that's the one time I believe I use it also, so... Yeah, so we're kind of finishing our escape here. And we'll be off to the next area. Yeah, so far, just to recap, we got to go on our first mission. We ended up getting asked to do some very bad war crimes, and we have escaped, so...
Yeah, because we don't want any more part of that, basically.
Yep. And my gun got bent.
Yeah, which is, pretty bad for a sniper to get the gun bent, because the bullet can't go straight through.
Yep.
I think Adair's gun the gun's not great as well. It got lost completely. Yeah, so we're basically weaponless, and we kind of have to blend in because we can't go into what seems to be like a town.
Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take these clothes. I'm sure nobody will miss them, so. But yeah, blending in is like the operative term, I agree, for this next part, because like I mentioned, Rourke has never left that compound before, so blending in is not going to go very well. Yeah, there's...
Yeah, I don't think he's been trained to blend in. So
No.
despite working for a military, yeah. So yeah, this man is speaking to us in a language that we don't understand.
Yep.
And so yeah, we're basically in a new town and we don't understand anyone, it seems like.
Yeah, and it's a kind of an interesting way of storytelling in this game. They do this a couple different times where you sort of get dropped into a new country and you don't speak the language, which is exactly how it would work in real life. So what you need to do is you need to find somebody who is bilingual.
And everyone's gathered here because there's like a boat, I think, that's about to leave with people. They're escaping town because of the they suspect there's an upcoming war and they're gonna, the small towns could get like embroiled in it. Yeah, we heard someone that is bilingual, so thank goodness.
Yep. Yeah, we heard English or whatever language, so.
Yeah.
And this is Lynn and Ivan. They're two of our they're going to be joining our party here in a second. But first they're going to invite us over to their place because the boat just left and we have to wait for the next one. And we tell them we're tourists that are just like in the wrong place at the wrong time, which is pretty unbelievable, but okay, you know.
Yeah, from what we know of these characters already, like they yeah.
It seems unlikely. And they're not gonna help with the whole blending in thing here in just a second. We're gonna get some snacks out here, get some beers around the table, and yeah, we'll see how acting normal goes for these two.
Yeah, we can't really like. Do we have any choices? Oh yeah, we do.
Just that one.
So, just that one, and it doesn't really influence anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can't skip cutscenes that have like no influence on our choices, which is kind of a shame, but also like it's kind of cool that we do get to watch these cutscenes. So it does make the run a little bit chill.
Yeah. But here goes the wonderful blending in here.
Oh yeah.
I love this bit. So. I was waiting for the... Wait, Rourke's like, what are these yellow things? They're delicious. What do you call them? And Ivan's like, they're just chips.
Although, like, yeah, it's kind of funny because, yeah, my husband's American, so it's kind of funny that we call, like, I believe you people call it, like, fries, like, just the hot ones.
Yeah, yep.
And we call them chips here.
Yep.
Or hot chips.
Yep.
So... It's kind of confusing.
And then crisps for...
And then crisps, which we don't really call our chips at all, which is really funny.
Sure.
As an Australian. Yeah. We just call them chips.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, language barrier, regional differences are a thing. So now Ivan is bilingual, so we're actually talking to this person. They have that Russian flag next to their dialogue box. So that means that we're actually, like, hearing them through Ivan, basically. So I took this side quest for a very specific reason. We're going to kind of work our way from the east side of town to the west side of town, and when I get done with this side quest, it's going to actually just teleport me back here, which is nice because I'm going to have to come back here to do other stuff anyway. So it's a kind of a little sneaky way to get an extra point of morale and get a free teleport out of the deal, basically. So.
Additionally, too, we should point this out. Like with the dialogue, you're actually not mashing the dialogue; you're actually holding the button to advance the dialogue.
Yes.
You don't have any sort of like mashing in this game unless you're picking like dialogue choices.
Yeah, this game is pretty wonderful that way, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it only works on controller, which is why keyboard doesn't really work out
Yeah.
if you're playing on PC. So yeah, it's actually really nice that there's only like one part where the dialogue's a little like slow and you have to mash for it, but that's only like one section.
Mm-hmm. All right, so this grizzled individual that we are speaking to is basically hiring people to help defend, not hiring, but recruiting people to help defend the village. And we basically signed up. Adair thinks this is a terrible idea. Rourke just wants to help however he can, but what's done is done. We have signed up to help defend the village.
Does Lynn have an interesting bit of dialogue here, or was it like the next part of the recruitment?
It's the next part, I think.
Yeah, the next part is this part, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, she kind of reveals that she has, right here, she has gun training as well. And Ivan, like, has no idea she is, like, yeah. So he's just finding that out. They're living together. They're not a couple or anything. They're just living together.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of similarly to us, and we'll find out a little bit more about these other characters as the game goes along. But Lynn also just kind of like appeared in this village, unexpectedly. I think probably a couple years ago, based on what I remember. But isn't from here, doesn't really speak the language super well either, stuff like that. And then you get into this section right here, and Lynn is like, yeah, I've used guns before, so. And Ivan is a pacifist, which is also very interesting. But Ivan also gets kind of like a unique battle mechanic because of it, which is occasionally helpful, but sometimes a little bit annoying, and you can't really skip it. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, that you have a pacifist in combat with you. Oops, should have talked to him from the bottom. That's okay. But I'm advancing that side quest that we're kind of, like I mentioned before, we're kind of going from the east side of the village to the west side of the village. You have to talk to a couple people along the way. And then I'm going to talk to this mother and child right here. This is a really big side quest for two reasons. First of all, it's a 2 morale side quest, which there really aren't many of those. And then the reward is an accessory for Lynn, the girl with the purple hair. That really boosts her attack, and when we get to combat with Lynn, Lynn is like our glass cannon. She is an incredible damage dealer, so anything that we can do to boost her attack is gonna be really valuable over the course of the run. So
yeah, Lynn is just very good in general.
Yeah.
Apart from not being able to take many hits, but that's what glass cannons do. They can't take many hits.
Yep. So we're talking to this pharmacist. This is related to the quest for the woman with the baby in the church. This guy just doesn't want to sell. He is price gouging us. So instead we are going to trade for equipment. He apparently is a military equipment collector, so I know where I can get you a nice Polish military uniform, buddy. All right, so I'm kind of doing a couple different things simultaneously right now. Like now I'm gonna go into this pub, and this is the main quest.
Quest. Yeah.
The main quest is defending the village, but I'm sort of doing some side quests along the way. So it's not that crucial to kind of follow up. Like everybody I'm talking to for a reason. It's either one of these side quests that's going to get me some morale, or it's going to be the main quest that sort of moves the story forward. So
as long as you're getting morale for these quests, they're good quests.
Yeah.
There's some quests that only give you items, which is kind of annoying.
Yep.
I think I remember like doing a quest in one of my routes that only gave me an item, but then I ended up routing it out because it just didn't do much.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And I recently routed an all quests category of this game, and that was really interesting for a few different reasons. You know, anytime you have to do something like all quests, you know, it really gets you really have to think hard about like, okay, what is the most optimal way that I can do these, you know, 8 different things that I need to do for these 4 different quests that are all kind of in the same area. So, you know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, this is the teleport, so
Yep.
yeah, thanks for helping that old lady out. We're back in town.
Yep, and I just realized I forgot to talk to one NPC, but I will get them on the way back, and that's not a problem. So we have to recruit 3 people to join the militia, so this should be the second one, but I forgot to talk to the first one, so I'll talk to them again in a minute. It's not a big deal, they're right by the pub, so yeah, keeping track of what NPCs you have to talk to, what like houses you have to go into later on. Oh, hold on. Turn in the helmet first.
Yeah, turn the helmet and then like
Yep.
and then talk to the person in front of the pub.
Yep. Get a little post dialogue here is like, that's weird. This isn't a Polish helmet. Wait a minute, because we were impersonating Polish soldiers, so that was what was going on there. So there's just a lot of really good writing in this game. It's definitely one of its strong suits. Just a lot of the dialogue is very well done, very like believable. You know, sometimes it's talking about things that are sort of difficult topics, or you know, keeping it in a very believable use of language when you're talking to certain characters and stuff like that. So really well done. All right, here's my last militia volunteer, and then I should be good for this area. Just gonna equip my items that I've been getting here. All right, and I got some Molotovs. Yay!
Molotovs are useful. They're AOE items. So.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not many AOE things at the start of the game, so it's very nice to have them with us.
Yep. All right, and now we're gonna advance the story. So this is kind of like my point of no return, but I've done everything that I need to do here. So. And just to kind of put into context for people, again, who maybe haven't seen this game before, I believe there's 8 side quests in this area, and we only did 2 of them. So there's a lot of stuff that we are not doing in this run. And a lot of the side quests are where, like, I would say a lot of the heart of the story is. There's just some really cool scenes that you only get if you do certain side quests, so... I'm gonna pick up these boxes though. It's another.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yep, it's like sniping and picking up boxes are 2 mini games that they definitely put into this game.
Yeah, this game did take a long time to make. Like, it was started on, I think it was Kickstarter.
Yeah, it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah, and then it took like 5 years to make.
Yeah, I believe I have read like they were trying to do some really cutting, like, I don't want to say cutting edge, but they were trying to do some really interesting stuff with the morale system, and it almost got to be too much. So I think the final version of the game is a much more scaled back, I would say a little bit more traditional system. It wasn't what they were originally going for, but I think it just wasn't workable in a way that would still make sense to people playing the game casually. So
Right.
All right. So we are kind of meeting back up with the beginning of the story where we were the sniper in the church. That's the scene that's going to be coming up after this because that was during the defense of the village. So.
Oh yeah, they already found out about our friends too, Ivan and Lynn. So that's not good.
Yeah, they're very ruthless and they see all. Snag a
that dialogue
morale.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah, but I would
dialogue.
say roughly half the morale that I get in this run is strictly from picking the correct dialogue choices, and then the other half is either like stuff during battles or finishing side quests. So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're getting a little flashback here. Because these are the core soldiers that are coming now to the village, so...
Yeah, I believe we don't have to do the sniper part again because we already technically did it, so we just run down.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of just watching this part again, but you don't have to do the mini game or, like, there's the combat at the... Yeah. Once you get down to the main part of the church here, we don't have to do that again either.
Yeah, which is really nice of the game to do that.
Yeah. So now we're back to live action, so to speak. So this is after that fight that we did at the very beginning of the game. But Leonid comes in and saves the day.
Yeah. Grizzled man saves us, and yeah.
All right, and now we're back into some combat here, so. All right, so we got our first taste of Lynn in combat here. Lynn is, again, extremely good, but a little bit of a glass cannon, so. Doesn't have as much hit points, doesn't have as much defense. Is very fast, though, and has just some extremely good abilities.
Oh, yeah, the skills she gets, like, also throughout the game are really good.
Yep. I'm gonna get myself some sweet cookies. That is an AoE healing item. Those are pretty rare at this point in the game, so it's good to have one available. And we got a medic again on this one. I'm gonna make sure I use my skills to take the medic out right away again before he starts healing.
Yeah, again, like, skills have 100% hit rate, so you don't have to worry about missing.
Yep. Very good. All right, good. All right, I'm going to do a quick heal on Lynn here between the fights. 'Cause she got a little low. And we're going to meet back up with our other party members here, so... This is a pretty tricky fight. We'll see how it starts off here, but I will probably use one of my grenade items here. And then we'll get to see Ivan in combat here for the first time as well. Ivan is just he's just a beast. I don't know. He's got extremely high defense, extremely high hit points, very, very difficult to take down, so. Yeah, I'm gonna boost Lynn's attack here and then use a grenade. Your attack stat does carry over to items that you use, so.
Yeah, so Lynn's probably the best choice.
Mhm.
Or maybe even Rourke, but yeah.
Yeah. Hoping I get... Oh, that works too. I was hoping to maybe get a free heal. Occasionally, So Ivan's ability... I'll pause for a second, just kind of talk about what that is a little bit. So his ability will either raise a random stat that a party member has, or it will heal at this point. So a lot of times you maybe just want to like spam it on the first character because it doesn't really matter. But other times you might want to be a little bit more strategic about it because you don't know if you're going to roll like hit points, and maybe that's actually kind of what you want, so.
Yeah, or attack up on one character, you can just put it on another character.
Yeah.
Because if you... Yeah, because you lose like your buffs as soon as like they go to the next it's next turn, yeah. Next turn that they have. So you can have it for one turn.
Yep. And yeah, generally speaking, the easiest thing to do is just use it on your strongest character, either Lynn or Rourke, and then just hope that you roll attack up, so. All right, so now we're kind of in the back alleys, and we need to open this gate, but the person with the gasoline is not here, so we have to go find them. I'm going to push these rocks to avoid an encounter with that drone there. Grab some good stuff out of that chest.
Yeah, if you can avoid any encounters, that's ideal, since all the encounters are like actually planned out.
Yep. Yeah, there's no random encounters in this game, but you just interact with NPCs on the board, on the world map, basically. So we got another fight here. That's okay. I want to heal Rourke, actually. Oh. Yeah. Never mind. That was a heal. Excuse me. Got him before he would have done an AoE attack that next round, so that was nice that I was able to avoid that.
Yeah.
Alright, this should be good now. Alright, so we saved the bomb maker. We do get a nice little thing here where we are able to just kind of warp back to the gate. The game is usually not nice enough to do that for you any other time, but for some reason you get to do it there, which is nice. All right, so we're gonna head back into the main village and keep protecting. We protect. There's some kind of scary stuff happening. Some soldiers just went into Ivan's house, and this is the house where a lot of the people are hiding, so we're gonna spring into action here. It's a pretty straightforward fight. At the end of this fight, I'm gonna learn an AoE healing ability for Adair, which is pretty useful for the near future, so... Ooh, I got attack on Rourke. Nice.
That's a good roll, yeah. He just like destroys things if you get the attack up. And
Yeah,
then,
the boosts are very good, so that was a good fight.
Yeah. I think does the dare learn a skill after this fight?
Yeah, he learns the area
Yeah, I
heal.
thought so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They just call it area heal. They're like, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. AoE heal.
All right, and then this is our first real boss fight of the game. This is with Gareth, who is, you will remember from the village. And he's also going to kind of spill the beans to Ivan and Lynn that we are not just like tourists who wandered into this town. So we're going to have some explaining to do afterwards, but for now we're just going to have to fight. So
yeah.
And I got to paralyze on the first turn,
yeah.
so that is nice.
Yeah.
Stuff like paralyze is extremely good. We'll use some smoke later on too. Like smoke would have been something I would have potentially used in this fight. But the reason it is so good to get a status effect on your enemies is not only obviously it keeps them from doing damage to you, but a lot of the in-battle animations are very long in this game. So you also cut down on that, because all you get is a little dialogue box that says Gareth is paralyzed. And that is just, it's really, really valuable when you can kind of streamline your fights that way. So I also got a free attack boost on Lynn, which is good.
So yeah, around certain HP points on the boss fight, you will get like some dialogue choices, and then either decrease or increase your morale, and you will obviously select the correct ones to increase your morale and the party's morale.
Yep. So for this one, I'm just going to choose all the bottom options. I'm going to get 2 extra morale as a result of that. Friends just showed up, which is not ideal. We need to take care of the friends right away here. So.
Well, they're not friends, they're medics.
They're medics. Yeah.
Take them out.
Yeah, they're not my friends for sure. They will start healing, and that is really annoying. I think it's like 50-50 if they heal or not.
Yeah.
So, they both just flipped healing, and yeah, they're going to heal a lot. So, I really need to kind of just get them off the board as quickly as possible.
At the same time, now you're dealing with Gareth, so that's also pretty overwhelming. But luckily, Ivan can increase your defense, which is pretty handy for this fight.
Misses are very bad at this point.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Gareth will eventually do like a really deadly AoE skill that we don't want to get hit by.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about Lynn's hit points right now, but I think she's probably okay for a little bit. He's doing an attack buff right here, so what I'm going to actually do to kind of counter that is I'm going to use a smoke grenade with Ivan. And then hopefully he will just not hit me at all for the next few turns, and the smoke grenade will last the same length of time that the attack buff will, so fingers crossed that that works out in my favor. Maybe I can take this medic out in the meantime. Let's see, this is looking pretty promising. Alright, so I got 1 medic down. They don't, once there's only 1, they don't heal as much. I don't know why. Ooh, blind on Lynn is bad.
That's, yeah, not great.
I don't think I have a good way of getting rid of that right now. I'm going to take this chance to just heal really quick, though.
Yeah, and bandages only heal bleed, I believe.
Well, Adair's going to get to go first, so I think what I'll do is I'll heal it with Adair. And then Lynn will still get her turn as normal, so that should work.
Yeah, it's fortunate with the turn order.
Yep. I'm going to use those Molotovs. It's also funny whenever they try to like debuff Ivan, because Ivan doesn't really attack anyway, so
yeah, he doesn't really do anything.
Doesn't do anything. Yep, exactly. Okay.
Paralyze is probably the worst one that he can be afflicted by, but that's it.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to use that area heal here for sure, also, because that was the big scary attack, and it was buffed. So.
Yeah. Well, luckily everyone survived it.
Yep.
I'm guessing you get the revive item as one of the options, just in case something
Yeah,
like that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have 2 at this point, just for
Yeah.
a lot of safety. So, yeah, we're looking good here. Yes. Nope. So I blinded him, and he still hit me 2 out of 3 times, which is kind of annoying. But that does happen. That does just happen sometimes. So I did get an attack boost. That's good. Alright, so both medics are done. So now we just have to finish taking him down. We're going to just be chipping away. Alright, should be fine for the moment. Thank you for another random attack up. I will take that. It's a lot of dice rolling in this game, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Nice when it all works out. And then, yeah, it sometimes it giveth and sometimes it taketh away, so.
Yeah, I had the dice roll with cards in my early questing for glory run. That was an interesting experience.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, this should not be too hard now that the medics are gone and you're dealing a ton of damage.
Yep.
And I think you get a full heal after the boss fight.
Yeah.
Or get half a heal. Either way, it's pretty good.
I definitely get... I'll get a partial heal after this for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get full heals and sometimes you get partial heals after boss fights, which is... Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Nice. Actually nice.
Alright. So yeah, that fight went pretty well. A couple heals. The medics were pretty healy at the beginning, but it went well on the whole, so... So we have a little kind of like post-fight moment of reflection or whatever you want to call it. So I hope you enjoyed that combat. We are not going to do another combat for about 25 minutes. So
Oh yeah, we have a long period of no combat.
Yeah. It's time for story time. But yeah, that's just how this...
the story.
That's how this game goes, so. Now, interestingly enough, depending on how much morale you've amassed, Rourke will either choose to spare Gareth or finish him off. Because we've been getting a good chunk of morale throughout the run so far, we spare him, and we actually get a slightly shorter cutscene after the fight as a result, so there is some trade-off there that it does kind of go in our favor. It makes the investment a little bit more worthwhile, so. And now we're going to get on the boat, and we don't know where the boat's going, but we'll find out, and we'll find out soon.
Yeah, I usually get the cutscene where Rourke just shoots Gareth, so that's like pretty interesting, yeah. Because I usually get less morale than you at this point.
Yeah. And this scene right here between when you leave and when you end up on the boat is a lot more like Rourke is just really disturbed and kind of bothered, and Adair is sort of like trying to talk him down and stuff like that, and it's interesting, you know, how responsive the game is to your morale level and like what you've done with what the game has presented you with so far. So
yeah, I talked about a different scenario there, so that's also one of the things that morale can affect.
Yep.
Anyway, we're meeting a new character in this cutscene. Kind of.
Kind of, yeah. So yeah, with the arm in the sling.
Yeah.
There's a question. I'm watching chat. So if anybody has questions about this game in the chat, feel free to put them in there. I don't know when this one popped up exactly, but the question is there no way to speed up the combat in any way? It would have been a nice setting. I agree. This game could definitely use a little bit more quality of life in terms of speed up or auto battle.
Or skipping cutscenes.
Or skipping cutscenes, yes. I love these cutscenes. They're beautiful, especially this one. Like the TVs. It's such a cool effect.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't need to see them anymore. I've seen them like 20 times at this point. So.
Yeah.
But it's all good, you know. Sometimes you just gotta take what they give you and appreciate it for what it is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're on the ferry right now. We're not gonna be here particularly long, but everybody's kind of reflecting on what's happened so far and getting ready for the next stop on the journey, which is Germany. We were just in a German newsroom, and we're about to sail into port. So.
Yeah. I believe. I can't see it. I'm just looking it up right now on my Switch for some reason. Just in case. Just in case it might be... Oh, apparently it's on sale, but probably it ends tonight on my region, so...
Okay.
But the Switch version is like... Obviously not the best version, but it's a way to play the game, so... Yeah. I did speedrun this game on Switch, and it has some funny quirks, I would say. Like, it can... I had it crash at the beginning of the game, and I like, save more often, because I'm a bit paranoid.
Crashing will do that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, we're just, like, explaining who we are to Ivan and Lynn, as Gareth has basically told them that we're not who we seem.
Yeah. And Adair already kind of talked to him a little bit too and explained the situation, and basically the conclusion that everybody reaches is let's just be honest with each other from now on, so. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from Germany. Very soon. I imagine this is one of those games that's just kind of like frequently on sale on Steam these days now, because it has been out for almost 2 years, and you know,
it's almost. I think it's a year actually, only a year, because it came out in 2023.
Yeah, I just feel like it was maybe earlier in the year, but maybe it wasn't. So.
Yeah, I remember playing this game in October last year, and it just came out.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is so we're meeting another character, Sergeant Coyle.
Yeah.
He's
the right-hand man with a broken right arm. Coyle's significance is he was the sniper that Rourke replaced on the mission, and the reason that he had to replace him was because of that broken arm. And we'll find out later in the story why his arm was broken, and it's also a really kind of interesting little twist in everything, so.
Oh yeah, that must have been a thing with the Kickstarter, because that was, I think, part of the goals of that. Anyway, we're going to be interviewed by this reporter, and we're going to do no comment on everything, because dialogue takes too long.
Yep. Yeah, for as many dialogue choices are for getting morale, there's also a lot of dialogue choices that are just because we know that it's faster. So, like in this case, I'm just like, no comment, no comment, no comment, because I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, also, like, we kind of like came aboard or we kind of came into the harbor or whatever here in Germany, and we were essentially refugees. So we were getting ready to kind of be processed into like refugee camps, and then just because that just all happened with the reporter and we were trying to get away from the reporter, like we managed to kind of wander out of the processing zone, and you know, we don't really want to be in a refugee camp, so we're just gonna mosey this way.
It does not affect you negatively if you talk to the press. I don't think I've seen a morale down talking to the press.
It doesn't, it just takes longer.
Yeah, it just takes longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite line in the game is in this, you know, yeah, we're kind of talking about like what's happening right here. But yeah, like my favorite line in the game is coming up because you also find out that you don't have any money. Ivan left his wallet at home, and so we're broke, undocumented, and armed. Not a great combination.
Yeah, that's a great line, yeah.
And of course, we don't speak the language, although Rourke doesn't quite understand that yet. So we're going to go try to talk to these German girls over here at the bus stop. It's not going to go well, and then Rourke's going to just ask Ivan if he also speaks German as well as Russian, and Ivan doesn't speak that language, so we're kind of we're back to square one on the language front, so... And apparently Lynn's been here before, which is kind of interesting as well, so...
Yeah.
More on that later.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go this way. And hey, it's that reporter. She spoke
What a
English.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I was saying no comment to you back there? Well, I want to talk now, but also can you buy me a burger, and can we not do this with cameras? That's kind of what's happening now, so. Yeah, we basically like teased to the reporter that we know that the Polish army was not behind the attack. So.
Yeah, we found the names is Artia and Zoe, but yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Artia is just like the main reporter, and Zoe's the camera woman.
Yep. Although Zoe is also doing a little bit of
oh yeah, she does do
investigative
investigation.
journalism,
Yeah,
shall we say?
yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get to them in a second. They're two pretty important characters. Zoe for this section of the game, and TA is going to be one of our party members in a little bit here. So.
I think she's a photojournalist, Zoe, more accurately. That
Yeah.
makes
Yep.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just kind of enjoying a meal, getting everybody up to speed. There's some interesting kind of like little story nuggets, lore nuggets that are kind of getting dropped. Like Rourke and Adair, they both use the same last name, and then they're saying something about how they have the same father and mothers, which is a little weird, but we don't know a lot about the core yet. Or like there's some side quests you can do where you kind of get a feel for some of that, but it's pretty it's a pretty weird situation, so
Yeah. It also is a bit messed up too, but
yeah.
You'll find yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of lore, and also just a lot of like we're just like spilling the beans basically on like what we know.
Yeah. There's a lot of pretty messed up stuff that has happened to these people, as we will find out over the course of the story. But the game doesn't really shy away from it, which I think is good. The characters feel very real and very believable. So. All right, so a TA joins us, so now that means we can actually speak German, or our party can speak German, so that's gonna be good. These guys are gonna kind of bother us, and we'll see more of them later. They are supporters of one of the candidates that is running for office here in Germany. So it's very modeled after certain current political individuals who probably don't need to talk about too much in the context of things that have happened in the world this week. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's pretty obvious. But yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna take a item out of this machine, and then we're gonna stay at the nicest hostel I've ever seen in my entire life. But Atiye is going to kind of pay our way here a little bit, which is pretty nice, and we get an option here to go with one of our companions. We're gonna choose Lynn because we're gonna get a really good item for Lynn out of the deal, as well as a little bit of extra morale. But it is a spot where you do get a choice here, and you can only make one. So
yeah. So yeah, the whole point of this section is to go a party member in. And you get to know him a bit more, and you also get something extra out of the whole situation. And we won't go with Lynn because she's gonna be a really good party member. So we want to talk to her.
Yep. Yeah, the reward that you get for doing this choice, I know, Ivan, you get like some food items if you do the mini game correctly. I don't know what you get with Adair. I think it's another accessory or something.
Yeah, I picked Adair my first playthrough, so you get a medical accessory.
Yeah. But Lynn gets really a really good accessory that it's either like +4 or +5 attack. It's extremely good. She will use it for the rest of the game, and it just gives her a very, very nice boost. So
yeah, and Lynn's just like the obvious choice here.
Yeah, she likes anime and cartoons.
Yeah.
And Rourke's like, "What's a cartoon?"
Because he's never known anything outside the core.
Yeah.
Until these events.
All right, there's my morale. There's also sparkles at some point. I don't think the sparkles really signify anything other than just maybe like this person likes you a little bit more now or something. So
do you mind if I answer this?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. There is no New Game Plus. They're just visible. So yeah.
You have to do multiple runs.
Quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game also has, so kind of on that topic, this game does have multiple endings. Technically, I'm going to be doing the bad ending in this run, and I'll kind of explain why when we get there. Yeah.
Oh, I can definitely explain it because I think I was the one that found out about that.
Yeah.
But
it's one of those things like you absolutely would not ever get the bad ending. It's also weird because you probably would almost certainly not get the bad ending in your first playthrough of this game. But
I did.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't do the correct choice in a fight. But
okay.
We'll get to that. Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah. I was kind of silly, and then I did that, and then I just reloaded the save, and then I did it properly, and then I got the good ending.
Okay. So there's that aspect of it also.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna kind of cheat at the end of the game to get to the end a little faster, and then the game actually has an ending in place for that, and well, it's one of the endings that you can get, but we'll get that one, and I think you would say it's probably the bad ending, so.
Oh, yes, it's definitely the bad ending, yeah.
But you can also get do a run for the good ending of this game as well if you would like, so.
Oh, yeah.
It takes like an extra maybe 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, around about that. That sounds accurate.
All right, so
anyway,
yeah, to get caught up on the story, nobody's heard from Zoe since last night, so we're gonna go look for Zoe. And Zoe is also not in her apartment. So we're going to do what anybody would do in this situation. We're going to hack her computer. Because what are friends for?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of items, you should be able to get all the items in one playthrough if you do it all correctly. And something I mentioned earlier, I did route an all quests category for this game within the last couple months, and you can definitely get all the quests in one playthrough as well. It's fairly difficult to do, but you can do it. So
Yeah. Anyway, we only need to look at the fridge, and we find out about her older brother. So
yeah.
that's obviously the password, right?
Yeah, I just use a date as my password, but there's a couple there's a couple incorrect passwords floating around the apartment as well, so. But the one on the fridge is always correct,
one.
yeah.
Mm.
All right, so now we get to take the subway. Is right here. We're gonna come across this this homeless individual, and he's gonna tell a TA that he saw somebody get kidnapped last night, which that's not good, because you know, our friend is missing, and apparently someone got kidnapped around here. So
yeah, that could be Zoe, which is bad.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep investigating here. And we're just gonna, it's just gonna keep getting more and more clear that something bad happened to Zoe. So first of all, we find a piece of her jacket kind of like on this fence. So her jacket got torn. There's these very obvious tire tracks right here. We'll go ahead and check out this factory, because why not? And yeah, there's some more stuff in here. This is a pin from one of those political party guys. You know, the weirdos that wore the sunglasses at night, so they might be involved. Apparently Zoe has been investigating them as well, so I think we would have known that earlier, but that kind of ties it to this now. Someone was using a camera right here. And one last clue.
Is under the, yeah, they all activate in order, so you won't see the USB until you trigger the tripod.
Yep.
So we'll be able to interact with it.
Yep. So yeah, so it's Zoe's phone, and apparently there's a bunch of missed calls and a bunch of text messages with someone named Signus.
And it's in German too.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we have some folks watching from Germany this morning that can tell us what the heck this says. No, it's okay. We got a TA to translate, thankfully.
Yeah.
That'll be in Long Gone Days too. You don't get party members that can speak different languages. You just get a smartphone with Google Translate in it.
Oh god.
You have to stumble through it yourself. I think I saw some English in there, actually.
Yeah, I saw some English too.
Watching from the same state as Kiel. Oh, interesting.
Oh wow. Yeah, we are in Kiel right now. That is...
Yep. All right, so we're done here. we are going to head back to confront the NSB, which is the political folks here. I was just gonna walk right in. Apparently, you can't do that.
But his right-hand man lets us in.
Yeah. Yep. They could just not let us in. But I guess it's because Atiye's from the news channel that they feel like being very welcoming.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the dude's name's Matthias.
Yeah. We're gonna go meet with the big cheese himself here, Horst Weber.
Yeah, and Atiye just cuts straight to the business, which thank goodness, because there's already a lot of dialogue here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. You'll also notice when
yeah,
you go to
on the
leave
right of your screen.
here. Yeah, there's something on the right of the screen on that table. They both kind of look at it a little bit, and I don't know if Rourke notices it, but Atiye definitely does.
Oh, Atiye 100% does, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, he's lying. She's here. Her jacket was on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna help find Zoe. We're gonna help. We're gonna sneak in here, and then Atiye is gonna help us get to Poland if we do that. So.
Yeah, although you have multiple options to get into the building, by the way, but the fastest way is to sneak in.
Yes. We're gonna head back to Atiye's place for a little bit, and oh my gosh, they must have broken in here too. They just trashed the place. There's stuff everywhere.
Yeah, oh my goodness,
This
they
is
even left the garbage behind.
Yeah, will they? Is there nothing they won't do? And well, oh wait, oh no, never mind. She's just kind of a slob. She just hasn't cleaned her apartment in a few weeks. It's a nice little bit. But we're gonna be friendly, and we're gonna be helpful to our new friend who honestly like has fed us and sheltered us and everything since we showed up here in Germany. So we're gonna do what Adair suggests and just put the stuff with the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, Atiye has done a lot for us since we arrived in Germany. So yeah, it's just nice to clean up her apartment.
Mm-hmm. She's a little shocked. Where's my stuff?
It's organized chaos.
Yeah. Got some vibe sparkles. Some good vibe sparkles.
Oh yeah, Signus is contacting us again.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
Mm.
We're gonna be looking at this phone a lot for this next sequence here. So
yeah, that's the only part they didn't clean up, and also the jeans on the back of the couch. But I think everything else they did. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go bust in now. We left this window open, which is very convenient.
Yeah, so the other two ways you can do this is snipe the guards or battle them, but both methods are slower than just entering through that window.
Yep. Not a good first impression. They've been doing some work down here. But we gotta kind of infiltrate here, and thankfully we've got Signus kind of taking care of the cameras so they don't know we're infiltrating. It's very like a heist movie style here.
Yeah, this is the message that we get, that he's taking care of the cameras. So
yep. So there's a lot of enemies in this area. I'm gonna be able to avoid most of them. There's a couple that are kind of like required for the story.
Yeah, there's only 3 encounters required here.
Yep. I am gonna sneak up here and grab these coffee cups though, because I like having SP. SP is
me too.
good. Yep.
Yeah, so you have to be careful when going up there, otherwise you might get into that encounter, and that's a little bit unfortunate.
Yep. I'm also going to grab those stun grenades, because those are incredibly good. And
the helmet, too.
Yep, once we get that, we are ready to get Lynn a little bit more defense and offense. And, yeah. We're gonna crawl through a bunch of vents in this game. Something we're pretty good at. All right, so
Yeah, you can do a bunch of quests here, but we're just gonna go through here as fast as we can.
Yep.
And yeah, we found out. Yeah, Zoe's not in a great spot.
No, Zoe is not having a good night. This seems pretty illegal.
Yep.
All right, so this is the first required fight when we go to leave here, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have my SP back yet, but I'll be able to get it back over the course of these next couple fights, so.
All right. Oh, so we don't get a heal once.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
you get HP, but not SP.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I haven't ran this in a bit, but I know there's like some things you don't get the full heal on, some things you do.
Yeah, or like sometimes you'll get a partial heal in certain spots also.
Yeah, partial heal, yeah. I know you get a partial heal after this area in particular.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that, that's fine.
Ooh, nice evade, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, that's not a nice evade though.
Nope.
Not
the previous one, yeah.
I am not entirely sure, but I'm not from Germany.
I mean, they definitely picked it for the game. I don't know if it's supposed to mean anything. It might. I don't know.
It might, yeah. Knowing this game is, quite realistic. Oh yeah, ITA literally like searches this dude.
Yeah.
Whatever she picks up, I don't know.
She's sneaky.
But,
And then apparently we got rid of the body or something because it's not there anymore. All right, and we're moving on to the next part here. Another story fight.
Yep.
Oh, just something I didn't mention before because I don't really do it at all, but anytime you see one of those little ravens bobbing around, those are save points. This game doesn't have any kind of auto-saving or anything like that, but you can talk to a raven and save your game, so.
Yeah, which is why I get paranoid about crashes on the Nintendo Switch version.
I am not saying a word. Oh, Atia got a gun, by the way.
Oh, yep, she got a gun. Yeah.
I can't let you do all the work. That's so silly.
Yeah, not just any gun. Yeah. Yeah, she got a shotgun.
Yeah, so Atia is kind of interesting. So Atia, I would say overall is slightly above average in terms of power. The downside with Atia is she doesn't do the body targeting system. So she never really does like spike damage in the way that the other characters can do. You're kind of just like stuck with whatever happens when you do kind of like a normal attack, which most of the time is fine, but like the actual final boss of the game, we like basically can't use a TA because she can't damage him, so.
Yeah. is unfortunate because she does have some pretty cool things, especially with her skill set.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's a pretty solid character. Just for a lot, especially the very end of the game, we'll have better options. So
that's a hard choice because you got like
yeah. I need my SP back though.
yeah, SP is probably more important.
Yeah, 2 more Molotovs would be good though. At this point, Lynn does have an AoE attack also, so that helps a little bit there. All right, more time on our phones. The TA, put your phone away. We're playing a video game. All right. So I have to unlock those 2 doors. There's 1 lock on each side. I really only have to do 1 fight in these 2 sections, so the rest I'll be able to kind of sneak around.
Yeah, this one boss fight at the back here, which we kind of point out, it's kind of weird that they have a shooting range as well.
Yeah. Not something you typically see in a office building.
A political office building of all things on top of that as well. Yeah.
I take the med kits here because those are really nice healing items, and you just don't get early access to them otherwise. So, and now we're gonna get a couple weapon upgrades. Was it you that I was talking to, and you didn't realize that you could interact with this gun on the table?
I didn't realize. That gun was actually you can pick it up. I thought it was just there for decoration. It's like with the other guns in the background. It's like, oh, you can actually pick up that gun that's with the other decorative guns. That's kind of funny.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't interact with any of those, but that one, that one you can pick up. Yeah, very silly. I do need to actually equip that as well.
Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, but it is a straight upgrade for Rock.
Yep. And I also got a document to upgrade Lynn's weapon, which we actually are. Well, I'm gonna go out of my way to do.
I go out of my way as well.
Yeah. There's a section after Germany, or at the very end of Germany, I guess technically, where you play as Lynn as your main character for the entire time, and her having extra attack really does make a pretty big difference in that section. So.
Yeah, it's really handy for that section in particular.
And the hardest boss fight in the game is in that section as well, so.
Oh yeah.
All right, so this room is a little different. There's 1 vent that will get you to the computer. It is that one. So the game, kind of expects you to not get it right the first time, but once you know, so.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yep.
All other rooms either lead to an encounter or items.
Yep.
And some of them are pretty good. And then I think if you like clear out the entire building, you actually get like an extra item at the end of the entire building. Yeah. Anyway, you got some important decisions to make.
Yeah, unfortunately, because we're doing a speed run, I'm gonna need to make a deal with this awful politician, because otherwise I have to fight Matthias, and that fight is long and annoying. So
yeah, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. So
yeah.
Skipping that fight is just more beneficial to the speed run.
Yep. So I'm gonna be very careful to not pick the wrong dialogue options here. And we're gonna cut you've got a deal. A TA doesn't like it, which I get. I don't like it either, but
yeah, no one likes it.
But it gets us. We save Zoe without a fight, so
yeah.
The funny thing is, so basically we made a deal to do like to kind of like do an errand for them later on in the chapter. At some point, Matthias is just going to come up to us, and then we're just going to completely ignore him. So
yeah. And to the chatter, that's perfectly okay. Yeah,
Yep.
If you want to experience the game for yourself, that's really good. And right now it's on sale for Switch, so you can get it for cheaper on that console at the moment.
Yep.
Not sure about other platforms, but yeah.
Yeah, it's on Steam, it's on PS5, it's on Switch, so
Yeah, pretty much on every modern console.
it's probably on Xbox. I just don't know for sure. So
Yeah.
it might even be on Game Pass for all I know.
Mm,
So, but
that's
yeah,
true. Yeah.
we got this is yeah, I could definitely see this being on Game Pass, but I just again I don't know. So, but
Yeah. 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 So we say Zoe without fighting Matthias, and we find out that a lot of things.
yes. So this shady character on the left, his name is Bakiri. He basically runs the local crime syndicate. But then this is the problem for Rourke and Adair is that's Brana. And Brana is one of the members of the Raven Squad in the Corps. She is the one who was surveilling us and found out that Rourke was going to defect, and Adair was kind of like complicit in that. So yeah, she is not. She is bad news. Is the overall assessment. So
Yeah, but we decided to take a pretty aggressive route and try to like find her first instead of being all defensive and trying to hide.
yeah,
Mainly to like, I think just get answers. I believe. Like,
yeah. We're feeling like we can confront Brana and figure out what's going on and kind of how to clear our name, I guess. And Bakiri is going to be kind of the key to that. And Signus knows how to get to Bakiri. So Signus is going to help us, but first we need to do some errands for Signus. So it's kind of an odd sequence coming up here. There's some funny moments in it, but yeah, we just have to kind of run around and pick up some deliveries for Signus. First one's here at the bar where we were already having food. And I was sent here by Signus, wink. And oh, she's like, "Oh, you're from Signus. You're Signus's guy. I'll go get the package." So so similarly to the area we were in before, again, we're pretty much just like mainlining the main quest here. There's one side quest that you basically have to do while you're going through this area, but I think there's like 7 other quests that we're just not doing here as well, and there's some pretty cool ones here. So
oh, that's amusing. Just a comment in the chat about the restaurant part. What the restaurant's called.
I figured it was red herring. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this music in the shops, by the way. It's so jazzy. Yeah, so this is when it starts getting a little weird, because this guy is kind of like, oh gosh, did I make Signus mad? Is he gonna come and break my kneecaps, basically? So you're just kind of getting some weird vibes about what might be going on with this whole Signus fellow. All right. And then my favorite one is this last one, which is we have to go to the Astromart convenience store. And we'll go talk to this clerk. Oblivious Clerk. Great NPC name.
We have a little fun quest to do.
Yep. I love that uniform, too. Yeah, there is another employee on duty right now. So this is Astroman, and we must become Astroman. Or actually,
Yes.
we're gonna give him a break to go get the stuff for Signus / a beer. I guess we find out later, but yeah. So he's like, yeah, just wear this costume for a bit. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. Don't worry about it. You want Signus's package, right? Yeah, don't worry. I'll be back. Poor Rourke. Also, Rourke is way too tall for that costume. His legs are like sticking out the bottom. And then it just gets worse. They want to see him dance. He doesn't know the Astro Man song.
Yeah, he doesn't speak he doesn't speak the language as well on top of that.
Yeah.
But the kids are amused.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
They're like, I like the new song. Can you sing it again?
And also the suit is horrible. Like, it feels horrible. On top of that.
Yeah, I mean, who would just wear a giant mascot costume for hours at a time? That just, that doesn't sound like fun at all. All right, so yeah, thank you, Astro Man, for your service. We're good. Signus is totally spying on us, by the way. All right, so we are done running errands. It is time to go meet Signus. He's in the industrial area. So this is the technically a side quest that I don't know how you don't end up doing this. So we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you end up avoiding it, but it's right on the path where we need to go to. So that's why, yeah, it's actually pretty nice that we, I guess, end up doing the, end up seeing him earlier as well. I think.
Yeah. Yep. But we're not going to fight him, and we're going to get a morale and sort of make him stop harassing this homeless man, so... Now,
this feels like
go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, this feels like a side quest you pretty much end up completing anyway, no matter what happens in the game.
Yeah, I mean, you have to walk into the cutscene trigger, so I kind of don't know how you can avoid it. So, but anyway, I'm also going to make a quick detour down here to do that weapon upgrade, because that's where you do this. You come into the factory, and hey, Leonid's here now, and you know that's what he does. So
yeah, he did come on the boat with us, so he's here.
Yep. And you can only do this now before you leave Germany. You can't come back and do it later. So, but we got that, and now we're gonna go ahead and meet Signus. See what's in these packages that he had us running all around grabbing for him. Again, just the amount of detail in this pixel art is so unbelievable. It's so extra. Like, yeah. This is one of the best rooms in the game that way for sure. I definitely get the impression the creators of this game had a soft spot for Signus, because they really give him a lot of maybe like personality or just importance. They give him a really interesting music theme that we're going to see in a second. So, oh, by the way, it was not a bunch of like drugs and boxes of money and stuff like that. It was frozen pizza, canned food, vodka, alcohol, eye drops, antihistamines. So basically we were just doing a DoorDash delivery for this guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much what my husband would like too, like including the eye drops too. On top of that, yeah.
All right, so he is going to take us to Bakiri, but we have to sneak into the casino. There's a big casino in town. That's kind of like his headquarters, and he can help us sneak in there. So we're going to go do that now.
Sorry. Hopefully that didn't come across, but if it did, sorry about that.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to head to the entertainment district here, what they call it. I'm going to be doing... so this is actually something I've started doing a little bit. Well, first of all, this is where Matthias shows up, and we're just going to, like, blow him off, so...
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it to skip the fight, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
can actually do this quest, and you actually get a really good armor item as a result, but you also lose morale if you want to do it quickly, and it still takes a few minutes, so it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go to the nightlife district. Now, there's something I have put into my last couple runs because I learned while I was doing the all quests routing that you can actually skip one of the fights in the area that's coming up after this. But to do that, I have to really quickly do a side quest in the nightlife district here. I haven't completely timed it out to find which is faster, but with how volatile the fights can be in this game, I feel like it's a little more comfortable just to skip the fight.
Yeah.
You don't really need the items from it. Yeah, it's not really a fight that you get a good reward from or anything, so...
Yeah, I mean, this award is actually pretty good as well, from this quest as well.
Yeah, but I don't actually get the reward. I just give him his key back because it's fastest. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So just to kind of he lost his keys. There's a little more to this than what I'm gonna do, but so we can go into the sewer because I triggered that cutscene. When I go into the sewer now, we can find his key. You have the option of going back to the residential part of town and actually using the key to basically like get into his apartment, and I think there's like a weapon upgrade for Adair, and then like there's some other good stuff there too.
That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, the weapon upgrade, but I don't think you need it because Adair doesn't really do a lot of combat.
Yeah, so we would have to backtrack there. We would get a weapon. We would have to go upgrade it with Leonid, which if you're playing the game casually, like this is all great. Like you should totally do this. But in the speed run, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to grab the key. I'm going to run it back to him, and then you can tell him, like, hey, dude, I found your key. And then you actually run into him in the casino later, and he basically agrees to look the other way because you brought him his keys back, so... But I don't get a reward. But the reward is I get to skip a fight, so...
Yeah.
So there you go.
Which is basically your reward, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to time it a little bit earlier. I think it takes about 90 seconds to kind of do the cutscene, go get him his key, and then run back. Which, again, like, if everything in the fight went perfectly, it probably wouldn't take 90 seconds, but fights in this game, a lot of the time, don't go very well, so...
Yeah.
So I feel okay about it.
Yeah, I can understand the logic behind that too. Yeah, just to make it more consistent as opposed to like...
Yeah.
And also potentially wasting less resources as well on top of that.
Yeah, potentially.
That were to come up, yeah.
Yep. All right, so there's Bakiri out on the casino floor, and we see this this elevator. We're gonna sneak into that elevator. We just have to go get the key. All right. And yeah, this is not going to go very well.
Yeah.
I definitely admire his henchman's adherence to the dress code. Lots of yellows and reds.
Hmm.
They're all very, it's very German flag. I just realized, so. But also like,
But yeah, they got Signus, so
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Signus is like related to Bakiri. I don't remember if he's like his brother or his cousin or something, but there's a little bit going on there. Like that's why he was able to get so close. All right, so we've all been split up. TA and Lynn are in these cells, which is not good. This is my favorite henchman right here. This guy outside the door. He's really funny. He looks like he's just like outside of he looks like he's from like one of the 1960s like Batman cartoon or like the TV show. Like he just looks like he should be the henchman for like the Penguin or something like that. All right, I have to pick those dialogue boxes to get the correct plan in place. And here we go. We're gonna.
Oh, I never tried that. Does she really do something else with a different plan?
I think this is the only plan that works. I think you just have to pick the dialogue options until you stumble kind of onto the right one.
Yeah, because I never picked any other option because they didn't make any sense. So
yeah. Yep. So we hit under the bed and then lock the garden.
This door knocking sound is so obnoxious too. Like it goes like throughout. Like if you go into a menu, it actually goes through the menu, which is really annoying.
Yeah. It's kind of ominous too. Like it's a little unsettling.
Yeah.
Like what if he gets out? You know.
It's a good effect.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're just gonna head right over here. There is a kind of like control room or security room. It's a little weird that Lynn knows so much about this place. It's almost like Lynn's been here before. All right, so we got this fight now. These characters are pretty tough. They can get really annoying. They do a stun attack, so stun is bad.
Yeah, the lady gang members are particularly tough. They increase their agility as well. On top of that,
yeah.
So they can be like harder to hit.
Yeah. I didn't miss. They're also a little they're a little harder to hit just in general, and then especially when they do that agility up. So thankfully did not have to deal with that.
Yeah. And I believe you mentioned stunning, which is what they do as well.
Yep. Yeah, so like if they stun Lynn, like you're just gonna be kind of sitting there flailing for a while.
Yeah. RTA can do some damage, but not as much as Lynn.
Yeah, she also just tends to miss a lot, which is, I don't know. I think her accuracy is just worse or something.
Yeah, because she has a shotgun.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna find out Lynn's kind of like secret from the past, which is pretty traumatic. Basically, she was a victim of human trafficking. So she kind of showed up at Bakiri's place for a standard job interview, and then got taken on the tour, got, told to wait with these other girls, and then they kind of just threw them all in cells. Pretty awful. So and then they were all rescued by this other character who just happened to show up one day.
Yeah. Totally not going to talk about her later in the game.
Yep. I really like that moment at the end of that where it's just like total silence and the TA just kind of like leans over and consoles Lynn. It's very touching. So.
Yeah.
And then
right here, obviously Rock and Adara are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. The other end of the despair spectrum, having a burlap sack over your head, so
and being tied up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in front of the 2 bosses as well.
Yep, like your worst nightmare. All right, so we're gonna rescue them. So first of all, we found where Lynn and it's not Signus anymore. It's Pascal. His real name is Pascal, so we'll say Pascal now. But yeah, so they're locked up in there. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure we save them. I'm gonna take a slight detour to get some armor for Lynn here in a second. Once this cutscene's over. Oops. There we go. The denim jacket.
I think I do pick that up.
It's a pretty nice defense boost.
Yeah.
I think it's what
Yeah,
I
I think I do
wear
pick
for the
it
rest
up.
of the run with her too, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do pick it up. I'm just trying to think whether I pick up do the other one or because it's been a while since I've touched the game. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to take out a couple more of the underlings here. We're also a little short on characters, and especially, again, like the female underlings are pretty obnoxious if you can't take them out quickly. I think I'm going to be okay again as long as a TA doesn't miss here. Which, of course, she missed.
Yeah, you just have to jinx it.
I did. I totally jinxed it. That's on me. Yeah, and then because of the agility up, she gets to go next. Does that stun gun, so now TA is paralyzed.
Brutal. At least it wasn't on Lynn.
Yeah. Yeah, on Lynn is much more annoying. Alright, so now I just kind of have to take care of this guy. The TA is a little out of commission at the moment. Hey, TA is back. And she missed again. Alright. That's just kind of how this area goes.
Yeah, I think on top of her, like, because she's got a morale drop on top of that, which, yeah, doesn't really help her in combat.
Yeah.
Just the consequences of having, like, one character that's currently really strong and another one that's just joined the party, really. Yeah.
Yep. So there's a kind of an interesting side quest that you get to do in this area too. I don't do it during the run, but there's these you'll see these coins kind of laying around, and then there's some slot machines and stuff, and that actually will get you like some really good weapons for, I think, Rourke.
It's Rourke's like ultimate weapon.
Yeah. All right, so we have saved them.
Only Rourke is a good he's a protagonist.
Yeah, Rourke gets the sweet hookup from the fairly involved side quest. It's not even, well, it's not technically a quest, but like the yeah, all of the stuff that you have to do to get like the ultimate weapon, which comes in 3 parts, so you have to get all 3 of them. It's just pretty wild. So. I do need to do some healing after this before I go into the next area, because some more pretty rough. Actually, the next encounter is the one I skip because I did that side quest. But yeah, there's some pretty bad encounters the rest of the way through here. So.
Oh yeah. And sometimes you can get just super lucky with them, and sometimes it can be pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab this team med kit. Very good. And then let's see what I've got. I haven't had to use a ton of my earlier healing items here, so I do have plenty of this stuff kind of left over still, which is nice. I'm going to just go ahead and give Lynn a little bit more SP while I'm at it. Alright, And this is going to be Pascal's weapon. They're like, yeah, this isn't as good as any of our weapons. Here, Pascal, you can have it.
It's kind of funny too. Yeah, that dialogue is funny because spoilers. He ends up being probably, I would say, the best party member.
I would put him second after Lynn, but yeah, he's extremely good.
Yeah, I feel like he's better than Lynn in some situations, but yeah.
He's also much
he's
stronger
really, really
in terms of like he's so much harder to kill. Like Lynn is still very squishy. But yeah, like they're definitely like 1A and 1B. They will not be out of my party for the rest of the run here. All right, so at this point, we've got a pretty big puzzle that we have to do, and then we have a very scary boss fight with Brana to do. So, gonna be coming in. We're gonna be doing some action. We're gonna be doing some puzzle solving, and then a pretty big boss fight. So.
Mm-hmm.
I do find it interesting that like they really want to know like why he defected. Like they just can't fathom why he would do that. And I do think that does lead to some interesting dialogue between Rourke and some of the other characters from the core that you run into over the course of the game. All right, so they're getting brought back to the core. I need that one.
Yeah,
and
fancy control, which is on the
that.
boys in that one. Yeah.
Yep. We're getting a very, very brief primer on how these wire puzzles work. And now I have to do a 3-part one, which is, again, gets to be pretty involved in a hurry, so. Start with orange, and then this is the encounter that, this is the NPC that I helped get his keys, so he's not gonna fight me. He's just gonna be like, I am just gonna whistle and walk away. And also, yeah, you can have this key card that I was guarding. No worries. No problem. All right, so we're done in this area for now. I'm going to go in here.
Yeah, I think that encounter too is pretty brutal if you go through with it. If you have to go through with it. But it can go really smoothly as well. I've had smooth fights there, but also had like pretty bad fights there.
Yep, it's not the worst, but it's definitely like it could go bad. I agree with that. All right.
Yeah, funny thing about this door puzzle is that it doesn't work properly on the Switch version when you finish it, because you have to go you have to exit. Oh, is that reaction to something bad happening in the fight, or okay?
Oh no.
Yeah, the Switch
I just wasn't sure what
has...
I wanted to do first, so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the Switch version has some issues with that puzzle where you have to like, you kind of have to like mess around with like another part of the puzzle because it wants you to finish the green thing last in the Switch version for some reason.
Oh no.
Yeah, so even though you've done the puzzle already, so it's very weird, yeah, how. But I think it works properly in other versions.
Okay. This fight is not going well, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going well.
I've already missed multiple times. I'm gonna probably start using some more AoE items here. I think I have at least one Molotov left, so probably do that right now, actually. I have 2, okay. And Ivan's like, I'm helping. Oh, there's that Pascal. Pascal's so good. Pascal just bailed me out there. Oh no, Ivan got stunned. That's fine.
That's fine, yeah. I think Ivan being stunned is probably the least worst thing that can happen.
Oh yeah. Okay, that could have been worse. That fight just got off to a pretty brutal start. Yes, I would like the fake gold ring as well.
Yeah,
it's a good
fake
item.
gold ring is so good.
It's like +6 to 3 different stats. All right, I do need to heal up some here, and I need to equip. That's going on Pascal, and then Ivan gets the leather belt. And I need to do some healing as well, because I just used a ton of Lynn's SP. Hit point wise, I think we're doing okay for the moment, so. Okay.
Yeah, I think one of the quality of life thing I just noticed on the menu is they don't show you the amount of SP out of how much SP you have in the pool left.
Yeah.
It says it, like the current remaining left.
They don't show it on the screen where you're actually using the items, which is annoying.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of like cross-reference if it's right, but yeah. All right, now these fights are also pretty like feast or famine because these things have extremely high agility. So if you like miss, it can just take forever.
Yeah, but if the fight goes well, it goes like super smoothly. Like,
yep.
I think I had that in my PB where, or my previous one, that it went like just too well. Where I think I just like, they barely made a move, which was kind of incredible. Because their weak spot is also, you know, the same thing that paralyzes them.
Yep. They're also blinded here, but it's not doing anything, which is very annoying. Like, the blind is usually pretty reliable, so.
Yeah, that's very annoying that it's not working out.
Yeah. I did just completely take one of them out without missing though, so I'm gonna count that as a win.
Yeah, I think we take those.
Yep. This is also the area where the game really does start to throw a lot more like better items at you. So like I'm gonna get a pretty good like revival item here that I like to take for safety. My SP is doing pretty good, so I'm not terribly worried about it. The main thing with SP at this point is I just always want to make sure that I have at least 20 on Lynn at the start of fights, because I want to pretty much every time just use that smoke bomb ability right away. I flipped one of those cords early. I need to flip that one because I need that key card.
Yeah.
That's okay. So that's good. Now I just need to flip that one. So that chest right there with the powered chest has a lot of really good stuff in it. So I definitely want to get that on my way back out.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really nice to get.
Is there something in this locker? Yeah, I thought there was. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
It's
nope.
It's always annoying having to sit through the animation if you make the wrong choice there.
I'm really struggling with these plugs right now. There's one chest I want. It's in this furthest door. It's like, 2 frag grenades, which is just like ridiculous. All right, and then that should be back to the main hallway. And then I just have one more to do way back over here where I started in the orange room. All right. All right, let's see how the blind does this time. Oh, the TA needs a heal. It's not a great heal, but it is a heal. It's something.
Yes. It's better than nothing, but we don't have a dare in our party, so
Yeah.
you'll have to do.
Oh, I just paralyzed it. Nice.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Adair's a bit tied up at the moment, so...
Very nice. Nicely done. I am actually going to take this opportunity to... Oh, not... Wait. Yeah, Starblind. Because he just did an attack boost, and I don't want to have to deal with that. Nice. All right. I mean, all in all, those drone fights went really well.
Yeah, the drone fights looked like they went really well. It was just that one encounter that went not so great.
Yep. Yeah, the one with the three henchmen or whatever. Oh, no, I think it did the thing that we were talking about.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I had this happen the other day, too. There.
I wonder what happens.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's not a Switch-only thing. Interesting.
I only had that happen for the first time the other day, and I was able to, like, figure out why. I think I did a lot more, like, going back and flipping switches and stuff. I was like, I must have missed something, but I didn't. It was just that, so.
Yeah.
So it's not just you.
Yeah. I thought it was a Switch thing since...
It's not just the Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
The Nintendo Switch is blameless and shall not be held accountable for that glitch.
Yeah, in this situation, yeah. It does have other funny things associated with it, though, without I will point out, so...
All right. All right, so we got a pretty long cutscene here, and then after that is the fight with Brana. The fight with Brana, I think we both agree, is the hardest fight in the entire game.
Oh, yeah. 100%, yeah.
So... it's going to be kind of similar to the first boss fight I did with Gareth, where you'll get Brana to a certain HP level, and then she's going to summon drones. She'll actually do it twice. So the strategy that I use is I am going to keep attacking only her until she summons all of the drones. And then you'll have 5 enemies on screen at the same time. And then I'm just going to use as many AoEs as I can. And hopefully they will all hit and things will not get too gummed up. But yeah, we'll see. A lot of it is very dependent on if I don't miss too much, or if I get my damage through. She's also extremely evasive, very difficult to damage. So yeah, we'll see how it goes here in a minute. Lynn's having this really interesting moment here where, again, we mentioned a little bit ago, like, this person basically kidnapped her when she was younger, And she's like kind of face to face with him now and just says like, "You're not even worth my time. You're just a sad little man."
Yeah, I think Atia had like a backup plan where, yeah, she got Zoe to call the cops and
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, that's why she was on her phone earlier.
Yeah. It's also interesting they throw in a couple bits like that with like Bakiri where it's like they were also kind of like they had the core above them kind of you know, like manipulating them or, you know, getting them to do stuff that they didn't want to do as well. So like the whole thing is just kind of messed up. All right. We are equipping things. That's good for now. And then let's see. Everybody's good on SP except for Lynn. So
Lynn's got 38.
Lynn
so
needs all
like,
all of that. And then
yeah, oh, she needs all that recovery. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that should be good for now. I'll have additional items in battle that I can use. I am going to do a safety save here because I'm scared of this fight that much.
Yeah. This you don't want to really mess with this fight. This fight's pretty
Yep.
hard.
Yeah. So she is getting ready to throw Rourke and Adair on the train. We get there just in time. All right, so I'm going to start with Starblind, hopefully get her blinded here. All right, good start.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, she's pretty scary. Just want to get some damage on her. And also start buffing myself, so I'm going to start with defense up. And I already got the first round of drones, so that means I'm off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, you've already done a lot of damage on her already, so I think that's why the drones have respawned.
Yep. So now I really want to get that next wave of drones to spawn. She will also start doing healing potentially. I think once she gets to a certain part in her script, she will maybe heal. So there's not really a point in me doing anything yet. Oh, now it's catching up to me a little bit. Oh, attack up is what I want next. Oh, come on. There we go. Wow, I even missed on a body shot. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's brutal.
So a TA is marked, so these attacks should just be hitting her now, which isn't the worst thing, honestly.
She can take a few hits. Yeah,
it's better when it gets on Ivan, but
Ivan, yeah. But she's like probably the second best marked target.
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. Hopefully I'm getting close to the second phase, or the second set of drones here. Now that's kind of annoying. I would definitely prefer that didn't happen. That's nice. I guess she can just ignore her her own thing there. All right. I am getting a little. Wait, what was I on there? Okay. Try another smoke grenade. Okay, there's the second set of drones.
That's unfortunate because they came in right after you used the smoke grenade as well.
Yeah. I actually really need to heal Lynn here. But I'm gonna use that. She has a smoke ability, so I'm gonna use that right now, and that should help quite a bit as long as it doesn't.
That should.
Oh God!
Oh.
Like 3 of them evaded.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, I had that happen to be. Yeah.
Yep, that is pretty extremely bad. So.
Yeah.
All right, so.
I thought I saw 4 evasions, but that's very unfortunate. Yeah.
Yep. We'll see how this goes now. I need to get my defense back up, clearly. Okay, good. She missed. That helps. Paralyze. Bad. Alright, I'm gonna heal her, and then I'll try to do another smoke bomb, and hopefully it will work better than the first one. Let's see. I just need a bandages. Where are you? There we go. Right. I got more of them that time. Yeah, you really just want to get these drones off the board as quickly as possible because you can just see how much like time each of their turns eats up to.
Hmm.
Yeah, the main thing is just making sure they don't kill you. But after that, you know, trying to do the good speedrunner thing. Now, I've gotten very fortunate that she has missed multiple times, or she is, the blind has procced on her multiple times. That is extremely good. Oh my gosh, they are just evading so much.
Yeah, the middle 2 ones are evading, which is very problematic. Because usually they would be, like, pretty close to dead by now, I would say.
Yeah.
Which is very unfortunate. At least one of them is, but one of them is not. So.
Yeah, this is really dragging on more than I would like. So, I mean, it's fine. It's not like I did anything wrong. It's just
no, it's just the game.
Yeah, it's just the game being a game. Where are you? Frag grenades. There we go. I feel like that top one should be done by now, but what do I know? Nothing? Still nothing? Okay.
Wow. They're pretty sturdy for damage rolls just being... Wow. Well, at least one of them's down.
Yay, I got one. That's so bad. That one in the top left must have keep evading, like, and I just can't see the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all just sitting there with, like, nothing left. Oh, my goodness. All right. Oh, boy. Don't, please don't kill Lynn. Okay.
Okay. So that means, yeah, I'm pretty sure IT is marked, yeah.
Yep. That is good for me. I have one more Molotov, too. Of course it evaded, yeah.
I mean, the top one's gone, so
yeah.
At least it didn't evade anymore, but...
These are... We're making headway now. It's just that was pretty obnoxious. Also, like, my characters keep skipping turns. This is really bad. Okay. I need them to have turns, please. I don't know why that's happening.
Oh my goodness. It's just like barely not dead.
Yeah. Okay, good. I am not messing with this anymore. We are gonna make sure I get nice and healed up here. Yeah, Ivan just didn't get a turn. I I am nervous that Ivan is again not going to get a turn, but
I don't think that's a big deal now.
I still don't want. Okay, I still don't want anybody to die. I'm gonna use a stun grenade, and hopefully that'll get me the rest of the way to the end. Okay, oh, Ivan decided to show up again. That's nice of you.
Oh, then we get the final.
Oh yeah,
we get the dialogue.
Yep. So yeah, that had dragged on to the point that we still have the dialogue bit here, where if you choose the correct dialogue options, you get some morale for everybody. So that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, like the big realization Rourke is having here is like, hey, I thought I was the powerful one, but then my friends all just came and saved me. So they clearly are also like powerful as well, so.
Yeah, Atia gets the morale that she needs as well, so she'll be a bit more effective from here on out as well.
Yep. Alright, and that good old paralyze. Alright.
Somehow the morale did not buff Pascal.
Yeah.
At least not immediately.
Come on, Pascal. Oh, he just got an attack boost. That's
well,
good. That's good.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully he doesn't miss the next shot.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna make sure that I finish this here.
Yeah.
Alright, we got through the Brana fight. So that is why I spent a lot of time for the run to this point gathering up as many items as I did, because I knew I was going to need a lot of them on that fight, so.
Yeah, the Brana fight is brutal, so...
Yeah,
getting through that is really good.
If you're not prepared for it, it can really deplete your resources, and if people start going down, you can get into trouble in a hurry, honestly, so.
Yeah, I think in my first round of the game, I actually almost died to Brenna, but I did make it through.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, we're moving right along here. This is kind of the end of the Germany part of the story. We are gonna get on this train and we are gonna head to Poland. Very exciting time for everybody, no doubt. So they rejoin the party after they get their hands back. Hands are required to be in this party. All right, but yeah, we're all gonna hop on this train. Clearly past.
I think we're forced to, because the police will discover this location, and then we won't be able to.
Yeah.
So we had to just immediately go on the train.
Yep. They let Pascal drive, which is funny to me.
Mm-hmm. I think that makes the most sense, considering he's supposed to be the tech guy, and maybe he can figure out.
That's true. It's probably just a computer, and he's pretty good with computers. But I do like the moment here coming up where he's trying to get it going. We'll just give it a second here. I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen this, but it's like when they have to fly the Millennium Falcon for the first time and they don't know how it works, and then they turn the wiper on.
Yeah, and the lights as well.
Yeah,
just the wiper and the lights.
Well, for safety first, I guess. But yeah, we are off, and we're gonna get a little more of our, kind of what's going on elsewhere. What's going on with some of these other characters. So, Bakiri's getting arrested. Zoe's like, my work here is done.
Yeah, but she doesn't know their fates. So,
No.
yeah.
And then I believe this is where we find out how Coil broke his arm, but I don't remember for sure. That is coming up very
Yes.
soon. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool cutscene, honestly.
Yeah. So this is actually... So we aren't aware of this, but one of the other members of the Raven Squad actually defected already. So Rourke isn't the first person who basically like left the Corps. So the wardess who helped them all escape from the human trafficking is Faye, who is another member of the Raven Squad. And she's clearly much tougher than Coil. This is a little like if you get squeamish easily, maybe don't look for a second, but
That's also pretty cool.
but it is also pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she just breaks his arm and just like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm just gonna leave you here with your broken arm. See ya.
Yeah. Yep. So Coil's just like, yeah, remember that time when she broke my arm? But yeah, it's just like you kind of start to see all of the cracks in this whole thing with like the Corps, because Rourke wasn't the first one. Faye was the one who defected first, and then she broke Coil's arm, and then that led Rourke to be the sniper on the mission. And it's just kind of interesting how they sort of weave like the dominoes together
the
for
domino
you.
effect, yeah.
Yeah, the domino effect is very real, so.
And the fact that she was like, she was basically like not the right hand man, I suppose, but she was like really high up there.
Yeah, and clearly more talented than Coil. All right, so we're done with our train ride. We are now in the warehouse, and I immediately have to do a puzzle. I don't really need those, but that's fine. I don't need to check that yet. Okay.
Yeah. It does have some nice stuff in it.
Yeah, there's a weapon upgrade for Pascal in that locker.
Yeah,
I will go out of my way a little bit to get that.
Yeah, I go out of my way to get it too. It's just really good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm kind of in like this underground bunker warehouse thing, and I need to figure out how to get out. The elevator's not working. We need to turn it on. Hey, there's this door with a comically large keypad. Maybe we need to get in there. And it's pretty big, but then like in a second here, like Rourke goes and stands in front of it, and it's like twice as big as his head.
Yeah, and Rourke also presses the code 1111 as you typically do.
He's just gonna try all of the numbers, and eventually it'll open.
Yeah, it'll work eventually.
Yeah.
It's not like it takes like billions of combinations.
Yeah, it's quite a few. We don't have time for that, Rourke. I'm sorry. All right. I think I need. Yeah, that's got the stun grenades in it. Okay. That is. I would have gotten that in the room before, but I already know it. So.
Yeah, and also it's pretty important to select like the second number there, because otherwise you get like an extra cutscene saying like, why did you select your own number? Why did you select, Yeah, so it's important to select the second number there. Otherwise you just get a cutscene that's, Yep.
Yeah, and there's a lot of optional stuff in this warehouse too. Like we were talking about, like Rourke has a quest for like his secret weapon. Part of that's in here, so we're gonna do as little as possible. And I am gonna go out of my way for just a second. This is where you have to check to be able to open that locker for Pascal's weapon. We'll get that on the way out. For now, I have to do a puzzle. Actually, I think there's a fight before that, so...
There's a fight, then a puzzle, yeah.
Yeah, I need to fix my party. I do not want to dare. And then I need to equip some stuff. I was like, I know there's something I need to do right now. Oh yeah, she has a weapon. I don't know where that came from, but she has a weapon. So we're going to fight them. We are ready. Whoops. All right. As is tradition, we take out the medic first.
Yeah, the middle guy is the medic. It's kind of... It's a little hard to tell, but if you see, like, he's got his arm and you see, oh, Yep, that's the medic symbol.
It's it's his the armband.
And the armband, yeah, that's it's not quite facing you, but you can see it.
All right. Just going a little too fast there. That's okay. Nice. So yeah, Rourke is really powered up from all of the morale that I've been getting over the course of the game.
Yeah, as well as everyone else that's getting these morale boosts as well.
Yep. Yes, exactly. I'm going to take those first aid kits because they are just too good to pass up. And then... Oh, I don't need to check this computer. What am I doing? I need the vent.
The vent, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, it just did not register that there was a vent there. All right. There's actually a pretty annoying puzzle coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So if you...
Yeah, you don't want to mess this one up.
Yep. If you don't get this right, you actually have to... See, now I'm already thinking about it. Okay, I'm good. If you mess that up, you have to go back 3 rooms to reset it. There's no... For some reason, they don't give you the option to reset that one with a dare. But all the other ones, they do. And then that's the one that's actually, like, really hard. All right, now it's time to do a little social engineering. We're going to call HQ on the radio and force them to give us the code to the door.
Yeah, we have to remember the first letter of each word that was said, and put that to the number pad.
Yeah, it's like a letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, the alphabet, yeah.
And while we were doing that, Pascal also found out that Father General is actually also in Poland right now, and so we could end this thing.
I think the password is 4935.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I remember that off the top of my head, but I was just looking at it. Oh, it's 4935. Yeah, and then there's another fight.
Yeah, and then we get another fight. Oops, nope, medic.
Yeah, there's 2 medics in this fight.
Yeah.
So... oh, that's annoying. Yep.
Yeah. And then he just missed anyway. So.
Yeah. It's funny that the one that wasn't blinded actually missed as well.
Yeah.
On top of that.
This game does have a sense of humor sometimes. I am going to get 19 SP after this fight, so I can definitely afford to use some more abilities. Maybe not with Lynn, though. Lynn needs all of that
Lynn's
SP,
a little
actually.
lower, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Huzzah. Alright, so...
Yeah, we can get out here.
Yay.
But we gotta get Pascal's gun first.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like a what 10-second detour. It's not really much of a detour. Or well, 20 seconds if you count the room, but yeah, it's not really much of a detour.
Yeah,
Get
at this
an
point,
upgrade
if we're
weapon.
getting equipment, it's going to be the stuff that we're using for the entire rest of the game. So, oh wait, this one. There's no medics in this one.
Yeah.
So then we want to take the elite out first. Or maybe that guy that evaded. I don't know. We'll see. I think I still want to take the elite out first. And there's no reward for this area, so my reward is I get to leave the area. Or there's no reward for this fight, I should say. All right. All right, so now we are coming up to the surface of Poland. It is very rainy. And Poland is not doing so well. The core has kind of moved into the neighborhood and there's like a curfew going on, and yeah, a lot of bad stuff happening.
Yeah, although we're not quite aware of that yet, but we do meet someone that will make us quite aware of it.
Yeah.
And that is this girl here. Her name is Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah.
Yeah.
And we don't have to go through the whole thing of like speaking to someone who we don't speak their language and then finding a different character. Hannah just speaks both Polish and English immediately, so we're already all kind of good to go that way. She really needs to share her umbrella, though, just saying.
Yeah, although I don't think she can fit. Well, could she fit the entire party underneath there?
They could all stack on top of each other in traditional RPG form, and then yes, they could absolutely fit under the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone can go on top of Ivan's shoulders.
Yep. All right. There are a lot of long cutscenes coming up here, so we're just kind of getting acquainted with the last set of characters in the game, basically. So this is Hannah's mom, and we'll meet I think stepdad in a second or something. So
no, it's actually her dad. Yeah.
Her dad, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she just dyed her hair, so Hannah, yeah.
Yeah.
You see a picture in the parents' bedroom where, like, I think the parents' bedroom where yeah, she has blonde hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hannah's pretty cool. Hannah's like a little goth that way. All right. So we get to help clean up again. Rourke is ready to pick up more boxes.
Yep. Haven't done that since Kaliningrad.
Yep.
And they have a nice little garden as well.
Very nice, yeah.
I think the funny thing about... so I found out, like... maybe I shouldn't bring this up now, but yeah. It's just something really funny that I found out while routing this, yeah. But yeah, we're looking at the news, and Hannah's going to translate for us, and it is not good news.
It is not.
Yeah, so we only have like 3 days to do what we need to do because, yeah, he's there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Basically, the Polish prime minister is saying, like, we're going to turn the country over to the core in 3 days or something to that effect.
I think it's like the interim prime minister because the Polish prime minister was like actually stripped of his power by the core.
Okay.
I think that's what's going on. So that's like because I think he opposed the core and then they were like no.
Okay.
And yeah.
There's just like basically the core is trying to take Poland over, and it seems like they're gonna probably be able to do it. So
yeah, if we don't do anything about it anytime soon. So yeah, we have to do it pretty quickly.
Yep. The good news is we know where they are.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is we don't really think we have a good way of getting in there, but we'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah.
For now, we're just gonna not be able to sleep and talk to our friends some more. Oh man, I feel like if it was raining like that though, that would be so easy to fall asleep to. I don't know, just
Oh yeah, I find it easy to fall asleep in the rain too.
It's very like that nice like white noise quality to it.
Mm. I think some people have difficulty sleeping in rain, so that might be it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or just the things going on in this world, such as Poland being taken over by the military force you're trying to go up against.
Yeah, that can be a little stressful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think the man coming into the door is her dad. Yeah.
Yep.
So.
We're gonna kind of eavesdrop a little bit here.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna translate for us.
Stop making things up. I'll translate. I just realized that line.
Chaperone, let me translate. Yeah. So I think that, and then the game skips. I think, yeah, that was kind of. I think did the game skip or was it just me watching the? I think
no,
the game was
I think the game skip. I think the game like advanced. Yeah. I'm just holding the dialogue button down. And it's just like.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. Yeah. It's like, do I remember the game skipping there, or was it just like my imagination?
Oh, I did it. Well, it's 4 a.m. for me, so I might be seeing things, but I'm pretty sure I saw that too. But
yeah.
You know, just again, you know, we don't have too much of this run left. I'm just so happy to be able to show this game off. It's one of those hidden gems. I don't know what else to say about it other than that. I think it's not a perfect game, but it's really good at a couple things that I think are very endearing, and it's definitely a game that if this looks fun or interesting to you, you should definitely pick it up because it is the kind of game that, you know, it won't take you too long to play. I think casual playthrough for me, this game was maybe like 12 hours at most, I want to say.
Yeah, it was around about that.
Kind of digging for all the secrets and stuff like that. And I think you'll just probably get a lot out of it if it seems like something that you would enjoy, like the story and the characters and kind of what they're going through. And again, like there's so much stuff that I'm not doing because we're just doing the any percent run. But there's some really special, cool scenes in this game that I don't want to spoil for anybody that's going to maybe go and experience it for themselves. But some of the optional cutscenes are where like the emotional highs of this game are for me for sure. So.
Yeah, if you want like the full content, obviously you have to like make, you know, you have to play multiple playthroughs just to see like the character choices early on in the game where you have to pick a party member to hang out with. Like that's like an incentive to play through the game again and see what you get with other party members.
Yeah, and there is actually a second set of that as well too.
Which is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
After
we have breakfast.
Yeah.
It's a great Steam Deck game too. I think I mentioned that. Like, and that's There's almost like a new genre of RPGs now that are just like really good, like cozy, curl up on the couch with your Steam Deck and play it, or I guess it's Switch as well. But
Yeah.
this is a
I
really
mean,
good Steam Deck game. So.
Funny thing about the Steam Deck, it just came out in Australia.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, we hadn't had it until like probably around like last month. So yeah, kind
That's
of
cool.
wild.
That's exciting. Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff takes a while sometimes.
Yeah, well, especially to get to Australia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So while we're having coffee and whatever else we're having for breakfast, we're trying to figure out how to basically create a distraction so that we can sneak into the building where all of the people of the core are. So, and we're gonna
And also be
settle
able to
on
let
something
people
in a
know.
second here. Yeah.
Yeah, and also to let people know about, the whole thing that's going on as well. On top of that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also very true.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're talking about like, can we distribute flyers? Like how do we like make sure everybody knows about this? And
Yeah.
Rourke suggests a billboard, and then it kind of goes to, well, maybe not a billboard. What if we just like got a projector and projected on the side of a big building? So
Like a billboard.
yeah.
Yeah.
But more portable, which is definitely important. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the dad is going to go ahead and like look into what might be possible that way, and we're just going to go run a quick errand while we're waiting. So
Yeah, I think we gotta get medicine for someone because they haven't had their medicine delivery in a while.
yeah, and it's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
We're gonna go into this person's apartment and they're just like not going to be there.
Yeah, and you see the reasons why as well. On top of that as well, you can kind of tell the context.
Yep. And then you've also just kind of been hearing from Hannah's mom that like people have been disappearing and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very scary stuff going on. We're gonna grab the key. We're gonna step over the blood stain and open the drawer. Okay, there we go.
And then, the elite core members show up, and we kind of gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
but we can't go through the front.
Yeah, we're gonna take an alternate route back to where we're going. Oh.
And that also leads us to where we need to deliver the medicine to.
Yep.
Also, the game didn't load in her legs properly for a little bit, which is kind of funny. Yeah.
Poor game. I've been playing it a lot today, so it's maybe just a little worn out. All right, so side quest, or it's not side quest, but like the sort of distraction quest done. So now we'll come back and advance the main story. And basically what the plan is we are going to be able to get a projector. We're going to get the keys to an office building in the center of town. And we're going to figure out, there's an artist that's willing to work on creating the propaganda. So we have our plan. All right, so you have to do these in a particular order. The game will not let you do them in any order you want. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go get the projector.
Yeah, there's another quest you can do here, but it's a side quest where you can help out Hannah's friend. Just
Yeah.
which is it's really nice. But yeah, the main quest here is to get a projector.
Yep. I like how the computer clearly is running like Windows 95.
Or XP.
Or XP. Yeah, actually that does look like
Yeah.
XP.
Yeah.
The rolling green hill.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the projector. Next is we have to go to the park to get the keys to the office building. And it's
Yeah.
going to be very like spy movie style. Like we're going to sit on one bench. Somebody else is going to come sit on the other bench and they're going to say a thing and then we have to say the thing back. And if all that goes well, then we'll get the keys. So, all right, good luck, Rourke.
Yeah, I believe is it the first option? I haven't played in a while, so
It is the first option, but once the person actually shows up.
yeah, once yeah.
First, we have to figure out if that's red or orange.
Yeah. Yeah, all right, yeah. So, yeah. Not that guy, but you know, the other guy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the wrong fella.
Yeah, this guy sits down and says the thing, and then we got to talk about sardines, which is the top option, thankfully. And then there's the keys. All right, and then our last stop is the artist's
Yeah.
place. They call it the atelier, which is kind of a fun word.
Yeah, we also get another party option here. So we get to pick who we're gonna buff up, and it's between Artier and Pascal, and we're picking Pascal because he's just gonna have more of a bigger role in the run.
Yep.
Like, I believe we both like Artier, but Pascal's just flat out better.
Yep. Yeah, just because of TA's battle mechanic where you can't target a body part specifically, it turns into a really big liability on the final boss. We'll see when we get there, but yeah. Well, we won't see because she won't be in the party, but I've tried to do the final boss with her before, and it just doesn't go particularly well.
Yeah, you rather have like someone that can like, be able to choose what parts they can shoot.
Yeah. So again, I'm just making sure I pick the correct dialogue options so that I get the morale at the end. It's about all I'm doing here. All right, got some time in with my best bud Pascal, and now we get to watch what got put together here by the wordsmith and the artist. Yeah, so they're all excited now. So now it is time to it's gonna be time to go do the thing.
Yeah. If you enter that park, you get like another cutscene and get like, I think, an upgrade for a quest to upgrade Ivan's like stuff.
Yeah, that's part of the quest for Hannah's friend. So I think that you don't get it if you just wander into there. But there's for that quest, it ends there. So yeah. Really interesting quest, I agree. There's some really good side quests in Poland. My favorite one,
yeah,
I will not say what happened, but there was a jazz club that we ran by. Go in the jazz club. It is really cool.
It is really, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're coming up to, I would argue, like, the biggest break that we get in the game from just holding the controller.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the cutscene showing the projector and Rock doing the biggest rookie mistake a sniper can do.
Yeah. Here we go. Cutscene. This cutscene also just gets weirdly anime for some reason. I don't understand why. I think they're just kind of like having a moment of lightheartedness before it gets all super serious again, but you'll see what I mean in a second here.
Everyone's like, whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got everybody's attention. Hey, look, it's on Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's the anime moment.
It's
Yep.
so weird. It's just so silly.
Yeah. And then we have, yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, Rock doing the biggest rookie mistake a sniper can do.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's Coil, and basically Coil had a chance to take Rourke out, but instead chose to shoot the projector. Interesting.
And it was an easy shot too.
Yeah.
Like, considering his reputation and everything.
Yep.
Anyway, we kind of got to get out of here.
Yep, so the core soldiers show up. We're gonna kind of sneak around the back here. We're gonna sneak through the Astromart. Which, funnily enough, part of Rourke's ultimate weapon is in the Astromart. I don't know why. I think the implication is like, there's like a secret core facility under Astromart, which is kind of just funny. I'm gonna duck in here and get this weapon upgrade. And grab this key. Gotta turn the power on so we can get out of here.
Yep.
But before I head out of here, there is a really good item over in this corner.
Mm-hmm. Galaxy juice.
Little galaxy juice. Helps you get your speed run across the finish line. Whoops. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have a little fight here. It's the whole gang.
Good thing they didn't deploy 2 medics this time around.
Mm-mm. Oh no, my SP. That's okay. Oh, they're both blinded already. Never mind. Hey now.
Ooh. Yeah.
Leave Lynn alone. Probably not worth messing with here. So I still have plenty of healing items. Yep. That's okay.
I think with Pascal and Rock should be fine.
It's yeah. Just might she might be a little weaker for the rest of the run, but in the grand scheme of things, that was very unlucky.
Yeah, so I believe Ivan learns the Omni Boost move, which is very nice.
Yeah, I actually don't always use it because it just takes so long to apply everything, but it's really it is very good.
Yeah.
I would say it's really only for the final boss fight, and it's a little bit situational, but we'll see what the situation calls for.
Yeah, the Omni Boost does make the fight a lot safer, though. Like,
It does,
whenever, yeah.
All
Anyway,
right.
oh yeah, this cutscene here. So
Yeah.
if you have like, so funny enough, if you have like, if you have like low enough morale, or not high enough morale, you get like another cutscene where he just has like a big thing about with Werner, and it adds the cutscene goes on for so long that you can do a side quest there and actually doing the side quest and then like going through this part of the game is actually faster.
Oh wow.
Than watching the cutscene if your morale is like low enough.
Uh-huh.
But it's still it's kind of funny, yeah. So Rock didn't get the nightmare because I think your morale is definitely high enough. And then if he gets the nightmare though, that's like just wastes so much time. So I had to route in a side quest in Poland, which was really funny.
Oh, okay.
Because it's faster than getting like the cutscene.
Yeah.
So that was just really funny.
Yep.
That I found out that and
That's
doing the
pretty
side
good,
quest is
All right, so we are outside of I think it's called like Warszawia Spire, which is where the Corps' headquarters are here in Poland. And because of the billboard thing, there's a huge crowd outside protesting, and we're gonna have to sneak by these guards. And all right, we should figure out like what's our best. Oh, he's wandering off. Okay. Or that. Yeah, funny little scene there.
Yeah, they make it look pretty easy.
Yep. Yeah, and then similarly here, like, oh, they're just all going outside. Interesting. Maybe not the military geniuses we were led to believe. All right, so kind of a goofy office building. All right, so my code is. Hold on. Did I go? I scrolled past it in my notes. Sorry. Pawn blank blank horse. Horse rook. All right, there we go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm like the type of chess nerd that would actually use like the proper name for the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just call the horse
yeah.
knight.
I said horse, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to make
And-
sure. Okay, Lynn's fine. I was like, is Lynn
Yeah.
like at 1 hit point?
All right, yeah, okay, yeah. This is not the room I was thinking of. It looked the same, like the entrance. I was just like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yep. We don't have too much left.
Yeah, we actually don't have too much left.
So this is truly the final dungeon, and if you do the whole thing straight up the way the game expects you to, it is pretty long and involved.
Yeah.
Lots of fights against some enemy types that we're not even gonna see the way we're doing it, so...
Yeah, we're actually gonna...
We're gonna bypass all that. We do have to do a couple fights here first, but
yeah, you still have to do a couple of fights, but other than that, like, yeah.
Yep. Hi, gang. All right. I think that's the first time I haven't missed somebody. All right, great fight. I want those frag grenades. Frag grenades are going to be good for the final boss.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna, I guess, hack the computer. Gonna head upstairs. Oh, one more.
Yeah, they want you to, like, gather pieces to a puzzle later on.
Yeah.
Which since we've already played the game, we already know what that is, and we have it in our notes, so...
Yeah, the game is unfortunately not nimble enough to know how to give you a new puzzle every time.
Yeah, you have to put both in, because you have to activate the button in order to... Yeah, and to disable the lasers, and then
Yeah.
hit another button.
This is not nearly as difficult as that other cart puzzle I had to do in the warehouse. Like I was saying.
Oh yeah, definitely it's not. Yeah.
Like, I don't even know why. I mean, I guess you could lock yourself out. I don't think I've ever actually done it. Like, I don't know what Adair's doing. He's just standing there. It's like, my work here is done. You didn't do anything.
He's the anti-soft lock guy.
Yeah. Oops. This way. There we go.
Yeah, I believe this might be the last encounter before the...
It is, yeah.
The boss, yeah. If I remember correctly.
Boo. Alright. Oh my goodness. Come on, team. Oh, thank you, Lynn. He would have almost certainly started healing there.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going to take the SP. Alright, so we get a little cutscene here, and then we are going to be able to go right to the final boss fights. Or the final sequence, maybe.
Yeah. Final sequence and final boss fight. Yeah, so this upcoming room is a big password room. You
Yep.
can enter. So what I did was, when I ran out the game, was I tried both passwords and I found out the other password that you're supposed to find out later
Yep.
actually works now.
Yep.
And so you just skip the rest of what's happening in the final dungeon and go to the final sequence and final boss of the game.
Yep.
Which was
just
it
lets
was
you.
kind of funny. Yeah, it was just really funny finding that out, and I was just like, oh my god, we just skipped like a long part of the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's very nice. But unfortunately, that forces us onto the bad ending because it's the flag of the game has set. So in order to get the good ending, you have to do a boss fight with Coil.
Yeah.
And you have to select the right option during that boss fight. Once you select the right option during that boss fight, you're on the road to the good ending. But otherwise, because you haven't fought him at all, the flag has set him as you haven't done this, so you can't do the good ending. So
Yeah.
you're basically railroaded to the bad ending if you just do the password that you're supposed to find out further into the dungeon. So
Look, I played a lot of this game tonight.
yeah.
But yeah, it's true. Just the way that you're skipping an entire boss fight essentially. So
and probably the big part of the final dungeon as well, because the first part is actually pretty short, and after you go through that room, you there's a lot of cutscenes, and there's also like some very involved sections. So
yeah, there's this
skipping
whole
all that is
Oh, go ahead.
It's just really nice. Yeah, I was just saying skipping all that is just really nice.
Yeah, all I was gonna say is there's this whole scene where you actually like split into two groups. So I think it's like Lynn, Adair, and Ivan go one way, and then like the other three go a different way. It's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you just completely ruin this one guy's day. Like you get him fired so many times.
Yeah, and because you use his like password thing earlier, it just makes it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like there's multiple sequences where you just kind of like make this guy look like a fool right in front of his boss, and it is. I feel bad for him a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but we have to do what we have to do to get through here.
Yeah.
And plus, he works for the villains, so.
Yeah, I don't feel that bad for him, but it's kind of just
that
like
bad. Yeah.
he didn't sign up for this.
Mm.
All right, so remember like 3 hours and 10 minutes ago where I got to do a couple sniper sequences? Well, I'm gonna get to do 3 more sniper sequences.
Yeah, this time you're on a pretty strict time limit for some of them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are in danger.
Yep. Yep, so basically all of the core soldiers are closing in on the protesters, and we need to protect them, so. But yeah, the timer is a little tighter, there's more enemies. It's still not too bad, but it's certainly a little bit more of a... I think it's maybe intended to be a little bit more of a challenge than the first ones.
Yeah. And yeah, Peter gets his shot through the leg as well. So there's another bit of like all these characters that you care about. You kind of
yeah, you kind of just see them advancing on the actual civilians, and it definitely feels a little bit more stressful when you play it. Like especially this last one here.
Yeah, you only got like less than 10 seconds to snipe them all too. This last section.
Yep. I think it's maybe 15, but it feels very tight.
Yeah. 10, 15, yeah.
Oh, 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just like the proximity feels uncomfortable. All right, we're good. Yeah, they're okay. Peter just got shot, but looks non-fatal. All right, so I'm gonna do one quick swap here. We are going to say goodbye to a TA and put in Ivan, and then I just need to, like, okay, Lynn needs some SP. Everybody else, I think we're good. All right, final boss fight.
Yeah, so the final boss is in like 3 phases.
Mm-hmm.
The first phase is pretty like straightforward. The second phase is probably the toughest phase, and the third phase is by far the easiest.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty intimidating. He's got quite the piece of hardware here, so.
Mm.
All right, so I'm gonna open with lowering the attack here. All right. You can shoot the turret. It doesn't really do anything, so I'm gonna mainly focus on just attacking him and making sure I stay healthy enough to avoid the other. Right, so I blinded him there.
Yeah, solo blind is just really nice.
I'll do defense up. As with any good RPG, we have a fantastic final boss theme, so everybody enjoys that as well. Nice. You'll love to see it. I think I'll just boost for now. I was debating if I wanted to use another status effect on him, but I don't really feel threatened right now, so we'll just let it ride.
Yeah, the first phase is pretty straightforward. It's like the second phase is just the most threatening.
Yeah. Oh, Lynn. Okay, well, he has 1 hit point left. As has been a theme of the run, I would say. Alright.
Yeah, that I would say that the buff doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah.
Alright, can we please just hit him? Thank you. Alright, so that's phase 1. Phase 2 is the same thing, but with friends.
He's also, I think, a little bit more tankier as well. He just has a little bit more HP, but I'm not sure if I'm imagining it or... Yeah.
He definitely has higher defense. And these turrets also have really high defense, which is annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, Lynn's AoE abilities come really in handy here, just to be able to slowly chip away, like, everyone.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to use that honors program. Basically increases all of my stats, but it just kind of takes a little while for everything to get applied, so...
Yeah, that's the only, like, drawback to it, but otherwise it just makes the fight way more consistent.
Yeah, in this case I don't mind doubling up. And then I'm going to start hitting the AoE as much as I can here. That works. Between their attack being debuffed and my defense being buffed, they can't really do much damage to me. Now Weissner can, but haven't really had to worry about that quite yet.
Yeah, Shino, it's actually, Buster Candy. And also, this game was inspired in part by S&T as well. S&T series.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so he just buffed his attack, so I think what I will do this next time around is I'll go ahead and use a stun grenade. And that turret is gone. Nice. I have a lot of stun grenades, so in all likelihood I'm going to be able to keep him stun locked for the rest of this fight.
Yeah, or even using Pascal's ability, you can also keep him stun locked as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a Unity game, so it could have something to do with it. Oh, not agility. The other A one. Alright, I think I have one more frag grenade. Oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
Lovely.
Thank you. That one was that grenade was clearly defective.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the turrets are down. Now we just gotta kind of do what we did in phase 1. Just take them out here. Nice evade.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So with what items Ivan can use too, it has to do no damage.
Yep.
Yeah, otherwise he can't use like items that he can't actually use other types of grenades. He can use ones that can do no damage, which is why some grenades can be used with Ivan, but not like any sort of frag grenades and all that, because he is a pacifist through and through.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting the way that he was integrated into the battle mechanics. I like it. Alright, we're making good progress here.
That's a nice attack buff.
And we got the dialogue stop here. I don't have to actually pick anything this time. It just kind of rolls by, but... Also, you might be wondering why I'm not using more of my abilities. The abilities will actually target the body of the tank, and it will not do as much damage. So if I want to hit him for high damage, I have to just use normal attacks pointed directly at him. Wow, I just dodged again.
Much.
Let's go.
Yeah.
He is making me look good tonight. If that gun hits you, it hits you 3 times, by the way. So it can very easily like take out a character if you're not managing your HP.
Yeah. I don't think it'd take out Lynn from max, but yeah, it can get pretty low.
Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't accidentally kill Pascal. Okay. So that was phase 2. Now we just kind of have like the victory lap phase. Time is going to be coming up pretty quickly here, so just be ready on that. I'll call it.
Yeah.
It'll be on the final hit, or when the fade to black after this. Again, kind of like victory lap boss. So.
Yeah, if Rock goes first, like you can just wipe him out one go.
Yeah.
We get to use a skill. We get to use the...
I suspect Rourke will go last, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, Pascal's going first.
So I'll just use normal attacks. They still do plenty of damage. Actually, I'm going to use Lynn's fun ability. We'll see if it does massive damage. Not quite that massive. Okay. And time is coming up. And time.
GG.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's the new PB.
Yeah. So that's I got the 335 something. So, but yeah, like I was kind of saying a little bit ago, I really appreciate the staff at Questing for Glory. For giving me the opportunity to show this game off. I think this is the first time this game has been in a marathon like this. It's a really cool game. I think it is a really important game in the grand scheme of RPGs that get made and released these days. I think it's really unique and has something to say. And for that, you know, if this is something that you enjoyed, I definitely think you should, you know, maybe throw it on a wish list and check it out sometime. And I just really appreciate getting a chance to showcase another game like that here. So, and Aeon Frodo, thank you so much for joining me. Again, we are like 100% of the speedrunning community for this game right now. But
at least so far.
So far, I got really good notes for this game. We've both worked on the route. We're happy to like work on optimizing the route more, or just sharing this with anybody else who might want to speedrun it. So. Hit one of us up if you're interested in that. That's probably it for me. Frodo, did you want to say anything else?
I share the same sentiments as you. Yeah, this game has a lot to say, especially with everything that's happening in the world, both current and past. And yeah, just definitely give this game a shot. It does go on sale a lot. In fact, it's on sale on the Switch version right now. Although the ending cutscene on the Switch version, if you do speedrun it, does kind of glitch out here and doesn't work properly. And even the credits afterwards doesn't work. So yeah, you won't enjoy the credits if you're speedrunning the Switch version. But but yeah, there's some of the funny quirks of playing the Switch version. But yes, unfortunately this is not like the best ending, but yeah. But so that means there's a whole lot of game to also show more of, really.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
Yep. But yeah, just thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, and lots of great RPG speedruns to come. This is always a good time. I love Questing for Glory, and I'm always honored to be able to participate. So thank you again.